Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a good day so far. I think this is a Monday. I can never remember. I hope you're having a good whatever hell. Yeah, it's Monday because, well, it involves one of our top stories tonight. Yeah, it's Monday, so good Monday morning to everybody. Hope you're well. I forgot to pour my drink and take my medicine, so we're gonna do that on live on the air. That's the nectar of the gods you hear being opened and now poured. Ooh, sounds like somebody with a bladder problem. That's all right. It's all right. We'll push through. That's what we do around here. Oh man, went to sleep last night. That was a mistake. That's why I desperately need my medicines. Only been up for about I don't know, half an hour or so, and one of the first things I see when I wake up is a trending number 4. Trending number 4 on my Twitter is hashtag poop challenge. Leslie Logic says my stream with my daughter was great. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. She wasn't like super nervous. She just didn't know what to talk about, and she was worried about that. I'm like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just come hang out with Dad. And she did, and it was awesome. So I enjoyed it. Hashtag poop challenge. If you haven't seen it, the hashtag poop challenge is you go into your bathroom, you get something that looks like poop, preferably not poop, and you scream out into the hallway, "I'm out of toilet paper." And then somebody being nice comes, brings you some toilet paper, and as you reach for it, you smear that on them. So it looks like for some reason you're a disgusting piece of shit who wipes their hand with their ass. Well, wipes their ass with their hand. Sorry, guys. Seriously, only been up half an hour. Yeah, this is a thing. This is a thing. Remember how many times I blamed Tom Green for ruining comedy in America? Yeah. Jesus Christ. That's where we are, guys. Quinn says, I feel like I've heard this challenge before. You know, I felt like that as well. Like this seems familiar to me, but it's going around now, you know, when there's a horrifically deadly virus out there that you can spread to people. There's tons of videos you can go watch. Tons of them with people engaging in this awesomely funny behavior. The weird part is, and maybe this is part of the challenge, almost all the ones I saw, and let me be clear here, I didn't watch many of them, but almost all the ones I saw, they were doing it to little kids. Shio, thank you so much. Corona joke. A man doesn't walk into a bar. Well played, sir. Thank you for the donation. They're doing it to little kids in all these videos that I saw. Yeah, that's even more funny. Ha! Hilarious. Make little kids think you wipe poop on them. Ha! We might need to get back to, you know, Tide Pods or something, because dear Christ. I don't like these people doing this. I'm freaked out by crap and vomit, so this is hell. I get you, Aether Toast. I get you. I'm not a poop fan. The only time I've never really been bothered by it is if it's a child and I'm changing a diaper, and even then, you know, it's like, oh, that's disgusting. But if it got on me, it's like, oh, I just wipe it off. Even if I got mine on me, I'd be like, oh, that's disgusting. That's gross. I'd be laughing too. I'm stepping on the back of their head as I flush. Oh, gotcha. No one. I was, yeah. I'm waiting for the hashtag beat your ass over hashtag poop challenge. I saw a video last week and it was a dad doing it to a kid. And yes, they were Scottish. I didn't realize it was a challenge, though. I thought it was real. Oh, so America's just behind the times. We're a week late. That makes sense. We're a week late to the poop challenge, you guys. Yay, America. America. For fuck's sake. Pretending to wipe poop on each other. Oh, on little kids. Pretending to wipe poop on little kids. There were several of them that the tweet went along with the video because they were like, yeah, the kid didn't even care. He's just like, that's no big deal. We'll just clean it. It's just poop. Yeah. Because they're more grown up than you. Fuck. Man, when my childish ass is telling you you're being too childish, it might be time to go, perhaps I should get to that Dick and Jane book and start growing up. For fuck's sake, man. Yeah, that's what I woke up to. Poop challenge. Trending number 4. The ones trending above it seemed to all have stuff to do with K-pop. So I was like, yeah, I don't really care about that. And then we move down and we get to the real news, guys. We get to what what's really going to affect us. And that is our Congress can't seem to get their heads out of their asses and come up with whatever bill it's going to be that's supposed to help us out. There was a deal last night a bill last night that was shot down by Democrats over a $500 billion, what they're calling slush fund. So here's the deal. For those of you who are wondering, wait, what is all this? I see it trending. And okay, here's what it is. The total bill was about $1.8 trillion. That's a rough estimate of the total cost. Part of that money would have been $1,200 to each adult and $500 for each kid for qualifying individuals. I'm guessing I didn't see what the ceiling was for being able to qualify for that, but that seems to be the one everybody's on board with. They're like, yes, we'll give them all money. But then there was part of it. Wait, let me bring this back up so I'm getting all of the stuff I can read for you. Just like CNN, I'm using the Washington Post. $350 billion would go towards small businesses to try to stop layoffs. And some would be going towards hospitals and unemployment insurance. So some of that $350 billion. But the part that is causing a problem is this $500 billion fund that will go to cities, states, and businesses. Now, I'm a little bit on the Democrat side here, you guys. I'm not going to lie to you. This $500 billion fund, $500 billion would basically be at the discretion of Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary. He would get to decide where this money goes. $500 billion. That's a lot of money to just go, yeah, this one dude gets to decide it all. And some of the people getting the money, they wouldn't have to disclose for up to 6 months. Does that not sound like that sounds a little dirty, doesn't it? It sounds a little, what's what I'm looking for here? Underhanded, like, maybe we shouldn't let just this one guy decide. No controls on it at all. And the libertarian part of me is like, oh, no. That sounds like a really bad idea. I'm on board with the other stuff. And I saw an argument yesterday, 2 days ago. Somebody was arguing with, Ethan Ralph. They were arguing Ralph. Because they're like, a true conservative wouldn't be calling for money at times like this to go towards the people. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is the time. You don't want to set up new programs and stuff like that. That's fine. We don't need that. What we need is some kind of program right now that helps. Something that helps. Something that says, hey, small businesses, we're gonna help cover your payroll for a little bit. But you can't fire people. We're not going to cover your payroll and you're just going to keep it as you fire everybody. This is part of what they wanted with what the Democrats want with that $500 billion fund. Like, look, if you're going to give this to businesses to help shore them up, Donald Trump himself is like, we don't want people using this money for a stock buyback. No, this money should be used to go, all right, we can coast for a little while still paying our employees. We've talked about this. The idea of this $1,200, it's a nice shot in the arm, but it's not going to do anything long term. Long term, keeping your job is a much better idea. Keeping your job is where it's at. I mean, the idea that you're going to fix the economy with just $1,200 shot in the arm to every American is, well, asinine. Government forcing the shutdown in the first place isn't libertarian. Well, for the record, one, I am not a libertarian. I have strong libertarian leanings. I am very small government, but I do believe there's times the government needs to step in. And a virus-caused economic collapse is one of those times. The next vote on a Senate bill to fix this is scheduled for 9:45 this morning, right after the stock market opens. It seems to be a political play because they can have these votes whenever, but like, yeah, we'll do it right after the stock market opens. That way, if it's voted down, we can crash the fucking market further. How about this? Republicans, hear me out. Pass everything else and then do that $500 billion as a separate thing, and you guys can work out the details on that. But none of this no oversight bullshit. There's no oversight. And hiding the names of who gets it for up to 6 months, are you out of your fucking mind? You're just going to give away money and just hide it for 6 months. Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. That's not how there's no reason to hide that shit. How about this, Steve? If you get that power, we get to know who you're giving that money to. And there should be some controls on it. Because yeah, I do agree with that. You're not just getting the money. You're not just, ooh, sweet, we got a big fat check from the government. Now, it's not to say I don't trust some companies to do the right thing. Sure, some of them be, oh, cool, this will help us. And there'll be some who are dickbags who are like, yay, our stock gets to heal while our people get laid off. Muggy, I was in New Orleans after Katrina, and the money the government gave people went to jewelry, TV, fur coats. I was there and I saw it. So let's make money go where it's needed. George Bush's stimulus, a lot of that shit just went to electronics. We've been discussing this in detail. So if anybody's heard this before, sorry, we have to talk about it because it all goes together. After that stimulus, a whole lot of people, I was working at Walmart at the time, and a lot of it just went to consumer electronics. But that's good for the economy. Now, it's a short-term fix because it goes away very quickly. $1,200, even as a family of four, with the numbers that they're given, that would be what, $3,400. Yeah. Because you have mom and dad each get $1,200 each. Each get $1,200 each. That's some good English right there. So that comes out to what, $2,400, and then 2 kids. That's another $1,000. $3,400. Doesn't last that long. And to be honest with you, it's not meant to last that long. It's meant to go into the economy. It's meant to go into buying, because what helps fix the economy is buying. People might, consumerism is bad. Fuck you. No, it's not. It drives our economy, you dumbass. Consumerism is great. Raymond Raymond, I just called you Raymond. When did I do that last? Holy shit. Ramen Lewis in chat says $1,200 wouldn't even pay my rent. Again, it's not meant to. It's meant to be a fix. Some people, smart people will do that. Smart people will pay their rent or their light bill or pay up on some bills. Dumb people who have those bills will just go out there and spend it. Yay! I can get a PlayStation 5 now. When does the PlayStation 5 come out? Anybody know? I know it's coming up, but and there's a lot of people excited. I don't know if I'm excited for it. I like my 4. I've had some fun with that, but I'm still mostly a PC player. So, leave it to Monkey to accidentally say someone's name right? I used to call him Raymond, but saying Raymond, and as often as I talk about ramen, the two just went together. I'm like, fuck it, you're Ramen Lewis from now on. And he seems to have been okay with it. It's just how it's how my brain works. If they wanted to stimulate the economy, why wouldn't they give money to people too poor to file taxes? Aren't they more likely to spend it? Yeah. I see what you're getting at there. And I don't know why that's the way they've chose to do it. So that, for those of you who don't know, at least last I heard, I haven't seen anything today about it. So, but the last time I heard, the way they were going to do this was based on your 2018 or 2019 tax returns. Again, that may have been updated, but they're going to do it based on your tax return. So if you didn't file a tax return, sorry. So 2 days ago, my wife told me that she wanted a divorce. So now I have to find an apartment. That stimulus would help that. Raging, man, dude, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's fucked up. I'm really sorry to hear that, man. Mito, or is that Me Too or is that Mito? Because I don't want to call you Me Too if you're not Me Too. Is USA really going to have a worst Great Depression? We could. This is the problem with quarantine. This is the problem with shelter in place. And I'm not saying don't do it. But it does shut down the economy, and shutting down the economy isn't a good thing. That has long-lasting effects. Businesses close. Not just close for the quarantine, but close down because they haven't been able to make money for a couple of weeks. And some businesses run very lean. Most businesses run very lean. You have these mom and pop stores. You have, local businesses that employ 2, 3, 5 people, and they can't sustain not making money for a month. And they end up closing. And then you get unemployment skyrocketing because nobody has jobs. It's not like, they've released the quarantine, everybody go back to how it was. Well, you can't because those businesses are now shut down. So, it can. We could be headed that way. I hope we're not. I really don't think we are. And especially if these jackasses in Congress pull their heads out of their ass and do something, we should be okay as long as they do the right thing. It looks like, I am curious why the fund specifically for small businesses is only $350 billion, and the fund with no oversight is $500 billion. That's curious. That's curious. Now, the $500 billion is actually loans and loan guarantees. That stuff has to be paid back. So the government theoretically would get that money back. But it still needs to have some oversight. There still needs to be more than just Steve Mnuchin of all fucking people, this motherfucker, up there going, yeah, I'm going to give this money to my buddies. And okay, I shouldn't say that. I don't know he'd give it to his buddies. Maybe he would do the right thing. Maybe he would be responsible. But maybe if you're spending $500 billion of our money, we should get to see where. Just saying. Raman says, if the media and leaders would have only thought and didn't go about citing like this was the end of the world, that is a problem. And we can discuss that in just a second. Over on the Streamlabs, thank you so much. James Colley, who says, sorry about a few of the comments I made during the afternoon stream with your daughter. I wasn't sure how open y'all were with things. Let me address that real fast. That was my daughter, and she still is my daughter, but there's certain things that I'm even if I joked about it at home, I'm not going to be like talking about it on stream with her. But things like Marty, lots of people brought up Marty and his mom and stuff. I'm like, I don't make incest jokes with my daughter. That's just creepy. We joke about a lot of fucked up things, and if you guys heard our family dinner table, sometimes YouTube would definitely kick me off because we make really, really bad jokes and stuff. But incest jokes with your children, not okay, guys. Just throwing that out there. But no, you were okay, James. There were questions I specifically ignored and stuff because of that, but it's just how it is. And I figured that kind of stuff would happen because there is the lore and everybody's like, oh, well, you have a new person on. Let's ask him about this. But yeah, there's certain things that I don't make jokes about with my daughter because it's creepy. But to what Raymond was saying, yeah, the panic coming from our leaders, it's not helping. There's a difference between being smart and what's the word I'm looking for here? Cautious and we're all gonna die. Listen to your leaders; they're your leaders, but relax, people. I don't even think the leaders are the problem. I really don't. Most of the time, if you look what the congressman and the president, your governor, what these people are saying is not irrational. It's not. But then it goes on to the media. And for 24/7, they just tell you how doom and gloom it is. It's that's the part that's really getting to people. Turn off your fucking news for a while. That's why there's been several of these shows where I'm like, we're not talking coronavirus today. We're just not doing it. And give yourself a break. I remember back during 9/11. I don't know how many of you were old enough to have actual memory of it. I mean, if you were young, you're like, I was 9 at the time. I remember it. No, you don't. No, you don't. You might remember it, but you didn't see everything that was going on. There was a problem. There was 9/11 fatigue. People would wake up in the morning and sit in front of CNN until they went back to sleep at night. Just worried. Oh my God, there's going to be blowups. People are going to bomb the fuck. Everybody's dying. No. And it was overwhelming. And it was a good idea to get away from it. Check in for sure. Check in, see what the new news is. But you can do that from anywhere. Go out in your yard and see the sun. James Colley, thank you so much. Fuck it. Launch the nukes. Whoops. Sorry, it popped off the screen before I could read it all. So let me get back over here. Fuck it. Launch the nukes. Let the deity of your choosing sort it out. There you go. Although I feel like that might be the most drastic plan I've heard yet. Yeah, so give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Go out, play a video game. Turn off the TV. Turn off the TV. Turn off your whatever device you're watching news on. Turn it off. Give yourself a 2-hour break. Give yourself a 4-hour break before you go back searching for more on the coronavirus. How's it going to kill me today? Seraphim says, just get sick and get it over. And that's in quotes. I saw a thing today, and I haven't had a chance to look into it too deeply. So take this with a grain of salt because I haven't had a chance to look. But there's a theory out there that the viral load is what's important. So if somebody sneezes in your face and they have it, then there's a good chance, there's a better chance that you're going to die than if somebody sneezed, it landed on a counter, and you happen to touch that counter and then rub your eye. Because there's a lot more getting into your system with that direct sneeze than if you picked it up off of a surface. Now, again, I have to look into it more, but that could certainly make sense. The theory being that when it's that direct load, the direct sneeze, and there's such a viral load that it just your immune system's like, I can't take it. But if it's just that tiny viral load, then your system's like, this sucks a little bit, but we got this. We got it. But again, take that with a grain of salt. I have not been able to look into that deeper. But it does seem, look, guys, at some point, whether it's through a vaccine or we do all get sick, we need the antibodies, is that the right one? In our bodies for this. We need the stuff to fight it so it doesn't come back. That's how we get the herd immunity thing is when we all have something that's like, yeah, our bodies don't care. Bring your malaria, bitch. Not malaria. Bring your measles. I'm immune, motherfucker, because they gave me a tiny little dead dose of it when I was a kid. Actually, don't you have to update your vaccines once in a while? But that's the theory. I'm not saying go out there and have, parents have chicken pox parties with their kids or used to. Don't do that with Corona. That's a bad idea. Don't go, hey, you got Corona? Let's get everybody together and party so we can all get sick. That would be bad. We will all need to have something though, because even if the virus died out right now completely, and a whole bunch of us never had any exposure to it, it could come back. And this is my worry with the virus, and this has happened with several things, is that it comes, we get panicked about it. Doctors like, we got to find a cure. And then it dies out kind of naturally on its own. Just kind of, you know what? The ebb and flow, it's on the downside. And then they're like, oh, we have something more important we have to look at. And they don't get back to the work of curing it. So we'll see what happens. What? Or had an MMR booster 3 years ago because my rubella antibodies were low. Yeah. So make sure you guys get your regular vaccines. I know there's Jim Carrey's out there telling you you're going to die and get autism from your vaccines, but the measles are a bitch, man. So yeah, keep yourself up to date on your viral load. Due for my pneumonia one too. Oh, I just had pneumonia to get mine. I did it the old-fashioned way. Actually, when did I have pneumonia last? Sometime in my 30s, so I don't know how long it lasts. A little dirt won't hurt you. No, I really hope what I heard about that with the viral load thing is true. And it would explain why, as we find more and more cases, that death rate is dropping, the mortality rate is dropping so well. I haven't heard of too many people getting sneezed in the face, but again, it would also depend on the viral load. A direct sneeze on that counter, you wipe your hand on it, you got a whole bunch of it on your hand. That's different than if somebody sneezed on it 10 minutes ago and you happen to touch the edge of their spray. You know what I mean? But this gets into science that I am not qualified to speak about. And if you're interested, please check it out. I just hope that they're actually working on this and they don't stop, because if they do stop and it rears its ugly head again, then we have to do all this again. There's fear of it popping back up. There's fear of a second and maybe third wave. Had that happen with the Spanish flu. That there were actually 3 major waves of the Spanish flu. Spanish flu was the last great pandemic back in 1918. Killed a whole bunch of people. Yeah, but it went over 3 waves. It wasn't just everybody got it, everybody died, and then, it went away. That's the big worry here, especially when we're talking about the economy. We get this big wave, it dies down, like, okay, we're opening everything up. Then we get another big wave, like, whoa, shit, we have to close everything down again. Everybody goes home. Okay, it's died down. We go back. Oh no, big wave. Because we're not quarantining long enough to keep the virus from existing. We'd actually have to be indoors probably 6 weeks. Put everybody indoors 6 weeks, which we cannot handle. So yeah, this isn't the end. I also want to talk at least one more time, because I keep seeing this shit pop up. People keep freaking out about the numbers. Look how fast it's spreading in the US. Calm down. Listen to me here, just for a moment. The numbers you see going up does not mean it's spreading right now rapidly. What it means is that it did spread rapidly, and we're finally testing and seeing how far it spread. Those are different things. Those are 2 different things. If it's still spreading as fast as it was when it first got here, while we're all quarantined, then yes, that is a huge problem, because shit, there's nothing we can do about it. If it's not, then self-quarantining helped a little bit. But the reason you're seeing a huge spike in numbers in the US is not because, oh my God, a whole bunch of people got it yesterday. Like, no, those people probably have had it for a week or 2. They're finally being tested. The funniest part of that for me is that a whole bunch of people who were bitching about why don't we have more testing are now out there going, oh my God, the number's rising so fast. Yeah, because we got the test, you dumb motherfucker. Yes, Ryan, exactly. We're playing catch up with identifying the cases. That's what it is. And it's going to keep spreading. This self-quarantine is not going to stop the spread. It's not. And a whole bunch of people got mad at me the other night for saying this. There's a very good chance that when everybody decides to come out of this 2-week quarantine, self-imposed exile shit, that it's going to come back bigger, faster, stronger. Well, maybe not bigger, faster, stronger, but come back just like it was. And you'll see a whole bunch more people get infected, because 2 weeks isn't a long enough time to kill the virus. By all estimates, it goes at least up to 3 months. I'm going to stop using words because I don't use them properly. At least 3 weeks. 21 days. 21 days. You go into self-quarantine feeling perfectly healthy, but yesterday John sneezed on you. Or maybe John sneezed, you didn't even know it. You come into the room and walk right through it. You didn't know. Anything can happen. You end up with the disease in your body, and that next day you go into self-quarantine. 2 weeks later, you come out, you still have it. You've shown no symptoms so far. And then 3 days later, you're the one sneezing. Bearcock, thank you. It's about not overwhelming medical systems. It's not just about not overwhelming medical systems. It's about trying to stop it. Because it's shown some China, if you believe their numbers, that's right, Frosted. John is an asshole. Motherfucker needs to cover his mouth when he sneezes. If you believe China's numbers, they've pretty much stopped the virus. And they did that through quarantining. Singapore, same thing. Singapore, have you guys looked at what Singapore has done? These motherfuckers, if you lie in any way about having the disease, they put your ass in prison, man. Singapore don't play. Like, get in your fucking house. Gamer Valine, thank you. Sent you a Twitter message about my employer. My advice is watch the shipping company's stock. They will indicate recovery when we get back to normal production if they are suffering global supply lags. Yeah. Supply chains are going to be a big problem as we get back. Especially since everything didn't close at once. There was a lot of staggering there. And we're seeing this with the grocery stores and stuff too. Once you buy everything out, even if you do have all the supplies to make more, refilling everything becomes a bitch because you have to catch up to where you should have been. You have to catch up to and sorry, I didn't read the story yet. I'll check it out, but or the message yet. But it's just in general, you're going to overwhelm supply chains, and it'll take a while. Bearcock, thank you. China's lying. I don't doubt China's lying in some way, but I also don't doubt that they've been able to slow the spread of this disease to the point where it's like, yeah, we're not getting many new cases right now. If you're taking, yes, yes, exactly, toilet paper. But if you're getting the virus the way they did and it blew up like that, and if you lock everybody down, yes, you can slow it way the hell down. Yeah, you can, because nobody's out getting sick. And China may not tell you this, but they're a little bit more authoritarian than we are. A little bit. Is the WHO lying about what? New Jersey has started arresting people for breaking curfew. I'm not shocked. Don't do that shit, guys. If you have to run to the store, run to the store. Get what you need. Get the hell out and get back home. Look, personally, I think we're overreacting. And I know people, oh, how dare you, Frank? People are dying. Yeah, people die all the time. I saw some asshole on Twitter. He's like, we haven't had a pandemic in 100 years. Oh, yes, we can. We have. Yes, we have. AIDS is a pandemic. How many of you guys are staying in your house because of AIDS? There's no reason to, because it's a different kind of pandemic. Doesn't make it not a pandemic, for fuck's sake. Who is pushing China's propaganda and racism talking points? Well, okay. No, the WHO is, WHO is not lying. The World Health Organization. I'm just going to call them WHO. So anybody who's like, what's WHO? It's the World Health Organization, not the band, the WHO. They do this from time to time, and it's not a good thing. But in a lot of countries, when they're collecting their data, they will just take the country's word for it. See, and this was actually I got into a huge argument with a bunch of liberals because there was a push at one time back in was this the 90s, late 90s? Late 90s, early 2000s-ish. Whenever Bill Maher's Real Time started, about season 3 or 4, there was this huge push all over that the best healthcare system in the world was Cuba. Best healthcare in the world, the lowest mortality rate, best health for all people. And if you look up Cuba at the time, it's like, wait a minute, a whole bunch of these people don't have, I want to say it was like more than 50% didn't have running water in their homes. But yeah, they had the lowest mortality rate. I'm like, that don't make a lot of sense. But then you read how the study was done. In America, they looked at our actual mortality rate, the numbers that we publish, which can be verified by going to hospitals and seeing where they come from. In France, they looked at the actual numbers. In Great Britain, they looked in the actual numbers. In Cuba, they went in and Castro went, this many people died. That's it. They just took his word for it. No government notices or notes at all. It's just their word for it. And it says this in their thing. And they had the fucking balls to put Cuba at the top. The best medical system in the world. Well, yeah, if you're just going to fucking lie about it. They have one good hospital that they put in brochures to try to get people to come there. This is back when we still had the embargo on travel there. Mike Downey, thank you. Saw on Twitter, Dems block stimulus. That true? Yes. And I'm with them on this one. At the very least, there needs to be controls on that $500 billion loan program. Just throwing that out there. Libya had a really good healthcare system. Oops. Indeed, right? Right. Yeah. So in a lot of instances, you'll see stuff from the WHO, from the World Health Organization, and it might make countries like China or Venezuela or North Korea look like really great places when it comes to healthcare. But they're just taking the leader's word for it. They're not actually looking at any data from inside. So is the WHO lying about the numbers from Corona? No, they're reporting what China reported. The same as they're doing with us. They're reporting what we report. Repeating a lie, if you know it's a lie, that's lying. If you don't know it's a lie, I don't feel like that's lying. It might not be helpful. If I was them, I'd be questioning it. I still want to fucking know, how the fuck do you shut down an 11 million people city? 11 million people in Wuhan over less than 100 cases. I don't believe that is true at all. There's no fucking way. And then it went to the 50 million and what was it? 60 some million total in that area that they shut down. And they had done that before they had 1,000 verified cases. I don't believe you guys did that at all. I feel like you guys know that this was a lot more dangerous, and you guys knew this was a lot more easily spread, and you had a lot more cases. That's my theory. YouTube, I'm not spreading any shit. I'm just saying it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to shut down that part of your economy over 100 cases. Atheist Icon says up to 750 million in China on lockdown. Yeah, now I was that direct region. By the time the world started paying any kind of attention, when they first did lock down Wuhan, and I'm not being racist here. It's actually the name of the town, you dumbasses. You can't talk about Wuhan. I saw somebody. It adds nothing to the conversation to call it Chinese disease. It adds nothing to the conversation to whine about what they're fucking calling the disease, you dumb motherfucker. Does it change? Does it change? If you call it COVID-19, is it any different than calling it Wuhan disease? Is the disease itself any different? Is the disease out there going, these motherfuckers keep calling me Wuhan, I'm going to infect more of these shitheads. That's not my real name. No. You can call it the Kung Flu for all I fucking care. But yeah, man, there's people, got your SJWs out there. We got to be careful. And the greatest part about that is a whole bunch of them. Eugene fucking Goo out there. This is not a Wuhan disease. We shouldn't call it that. Anybody who calls it that is fucking racist. And a month earlier, he had called it Wuhan flu. Oops. Midnight Exile, thank you so much. Every single person without a Wu flu had no problem with Russian bot. Or whining. Oh, let me reset. Man, my reading is worse than normal. Every single person whining about Wu flu had no problem with Russian bot. Oh, no, they didn't. It's fine to demonize the Russians. I do wonder, I really do, how much of this is about not pissing off China, not the crazy SJW bullshit you see on Twitter, but that whole push, because we've seen this in media. Oh, we can't upset the Chinese. Remember the guy came out, the NBA coach, he's like, it's kind of fucked up what these people are doing to Hong Kong. And NBA player, hey, you can't talk bad about China. These people they buy my sneakers, you dick. And Disney's like, hey, dude, be careful what you say about China, man. We got to sell movie tickets over there because we spend $500 million on a fucking movie. We got to make that back somehow. Yeah. And I just said it all originates in fear of losing Chinese box office receipts, right? How about this? How about we stop making movies for Hollywood? Just hear me out. Hear me out. You guys survived for a long time on us buying your tickets. How about you stop spending such exorbitant amounts of money on these movies? Pull back your budget some, make a good movie, and we'll cover the cost. We'll watch it. And then if you sell some tickets in China, great. But stop making your movies for the Chinese audience, you dick. Because you're not even doing it. You're not even making it for the Chinese audience. You're just like, oh, don't insult the Chinese in this movie. Even if it's fucking true. Even if you're saying something true. If somebody made a movie today and you had a character in it who said Wuhan virus, they'd be like, no, we're gonna have to take that line out. Because, you know, we got to have that Chinese money. So when it comes to your politicians and your business leaders and these assholes going, look, man, we really shouldn't call it Chinese flu. When they were doing it just a month ago, don't believe for a minute that they actually think, oh, that's racist. They don't. You know why they care? Because Donald Trump did it. I actually saw a fucking picture of Donald Trump's talking points. Where like, oh, he crossed out coronavirus and wrote Chinese virus. Some dick actually made sure they got up there and got the picture. So he called it Chinese virus. You know what? That's where it came from. Personally, I prefer Wuhan virus. I really do. Just because Chinese virus doesn't seem as doesn't roll off the tongue as well as Wuhan. Wuhan virus just does it a lot better. Tail says, since the kids these days like to combine words so much, let's just call it Fluhan. That's not bad. I actually like that. Some Fluhan. Oh man. I don't want to talk too much more about Corona. We're almost at an hour talking about just fucking coronavirus and everything going on. But yeah, just for those of you rejoining us, just joining us or rejoining us, the Senate was voting on a bill last night, $1.8 trillion package. It got caught up over 500 billion of that being a loan program that Steve Mnuchin would have full control over. He would get to decide it all, and there's no real controls on it. I haven't seen any controls that were listed on this. And the Democrats are like, no. And there's also a provision in there where the people who get the money, it doesn't have to be reported for up to 6 months. So the people don't get to know where their money was spent. At the very least, that part needs changed. So that's what's going on. They're going to have another vote today at 9:45 a.m. Eastern time to try to get this bill together, and we'll see what happens. The Republicans are hoping that the threat of bad media will be on their side. Republicans, have you not learned your lesson ever? So yeah, we'll see what happens. They want to do it at 9:45 because it's right after what the stock market opened at 9 or 9:30. I can't remember, but we're expecting a drop as the market opens. I don't know if you're going to see a big drop as the market opens. I think with that vote coming in, I think you're going to see it hang a little bit, and then it'll go up or down depending on where that vote goes. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Republicans, if the Democrats hold on to this, their friends in the media, they're going to be all over calling this a slush fund, and they're going to be right. I'm not saying get rid of that $500 billion, but some oversight on it, definitely, and maybe some controls wouldn't be out of place either. Now, just a couple minutes ago, I was talking about SJWs. Saw something amusing. Ariel Scarcelli, is that how you say her name? She's the lesbian who got disinvited from the Australian Mardi Gras, which, from as I understand it, and Australians correct me, Australian Mardi Gras is like gay pride. And she was invited to speak down there, and she was disinvited because Ariel's a little bit of a turf, not a big turf, a little bit of a turf. And thank you, Cynic says, "Yep, it is." All right. When I learned that, I was like, that can't be right. So I meant to ask you Australians earlier. So thank you. I appreciate you clearing that up. She got disinvited for being a transphobe. And she's a transphobe because she believes that if you were born a man, you're a man until you die. She doesn't say to be mean to trans people, but she doesn't think that women's issues should be trans issues because they're different, because they are. And so she got disinvited, and she's like, you know what? Fuck you, SJWs. Fuck you. I'm tired of dealing with your shit. And she's like, you know what? The other side, for the most part, they're not mean to gay people. They don't care. The infighting's all the fighting is all coming from the left about who can be more fucking woke, who can be the most dickish about your privileges and your penis and vaginas. Who can make that the biggest deal? It's like, fuck this shit. You disinvited me from gay pride because a trans person complained. You ever wanted to know why some feminists, your what do they call them? TERFs, don't like trans shit? This is why. A gay woman was disinvited from a gay event because of a dude in a dress. Not making that up. Maybe the TERFs have a little bit of a point. Maybe. But anyway, she's on Twitter, and she tweeted out something to the effect of, what's the SJW term you hear the most, or something like that. And it was amazing how many former anti-SJWs like, oh, Ariel Scarcelli is stuck in 2016. Is she? Is this whole thing just 2016? Is SJW nonsense just 2016? As I asked that question, you ponder it in your head. Consider we were just talking about the fact that you have a whole bunch of grown-ass adults crying over somebody saying Chinese virus because it's racist, xenophobic. Now, I will give them points because a couple of people say xenophobic instead of racist, and xenophobic would be the correct term if it were xenophobic. It's not, but I do want to give those, I want to give them credit for being a little less stupid, but it's still fucking stupid. The notion that SJW nonsense died in 2016 is fucking retarded. It's still there. First of all, a lot of these assholes were still talking it in 2017. So a lot of them like to pretend it was 2016. Trump didn't take office until 2017. He was elected in November of 2016. But the SJW nonsense went on for a little while, including his inauguration in January of 2017. So at least get your dates right, shitbags. But stop pretending that this isn't still a thing and it's not still a worry. Most of these same people are like, hey, look, it's only on college campuses. No, it's not. It's spreading throughout not just colleges and high schools, but your own fucking government. 2018 was vote for me because I'm a woman. You had serious people vote for, what was the one? Vote for women of color, vote for the handicapped women, just vote for all these different kinds of women, vote for women. And not one of them in the list, not one of the things that they're like, vote for this kind of woman, said an intelligent woman. Not one of them said a qualified woman. Not one of them said anything other than it being some kind of SJW label. That's all it was. And then a whole bunch of women got elected to your Congress. Yep, guys, it's just on college campuses. It's just on college campuses. And then when somebody like AOC gets elected, when she shouldn't have been because she's a fucking moron, and she gets up there and says something like the two chambers of Congress, the two chambers of your government, or whatever. She has said so much stupid shit. I apologize. It runs together. But where she gets on, she goes on and lets you know she has no fucking idea what her job even is. And you're like, hey, you're just being mean to her. She is literally an SJW hire. She's your social justice warrior. And that's what you're getting. That 3 branches of Congress. Thank you. She completely forgot the Supreme Court. Completely forgot the Supreme Court. And she corrected herself. Remember that? She was wrong at first, and then she corrected herself and was wrong in her correction. Yeah. The idea that we don't have problems with social justice and that it doesn't still need stamped down is fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's telling you to close your eyes. Just let it happen. That's what it is. You know what? Fuck that. I will continue. I said this at the time. I have a video in way back in 2017 sometime saying social justice warriors are winning. They're still winning. Trump was elected, and that went against everything. But if you look at the numbers, it is really important to remember Hillary Clinton did win the overall vote. And people, but yeah, it was mostly in California. Well, it wasn't just mostly in California. California went strongly for her. And yes, if you ignore California, it gets a lot closer. But she won. Her ideas across the country are winning. That's just true. The only thing that helped us was the only thing that saved us was that electoral college. And this is why it's important, because that kind of stuff grows. It keeps growing. It keeps growing until people have to live under it. And then they're like, oh, this is what you meant? Shit. And by that time, it's often too late. Once they start controlling your speech, it's too late. They're not gonna give that power back. They'll be, the only way they will is if they're forced to by the Supreme Court. And by then, I mean, Raman says she lost the majority of states and counties. Yeah, she won the majority of people. Ideas don't spread because of states and counties. They spread because of people. I get what you're saying there, and I understand that argument, and that's important too. The Electoral College is what saved us. But if you just turn a blind eye to the ideology of these fucking people and just chalk it up to, oh, it's just 2016 people, it's going to get worse. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse. The president's a xenophobe because he called it China virus, just like I did last month. And there's a whole bunch of, oh my God, he did call it Chinese virus. And no fucking, do you guys know why Trump started doing that? It's not xenophobia. It's because the Chinese started blaming the virus on us. Us. Dangerous Spaces says, no, monkey, you're wrong about this. Hillary lost the rest of the country by about 1.5 million votes. She won Cali by 4 million votes. That gave her the popular vote. I'm not wrong. I didn't say, I said it was a lot closer because I didn't remember the exact breakdown. But again, I don't know if you guys know this. California is a state. Y'all know that, right? It is a state in the union. You can't discount it. You might want to. Believe me, there's a lot of times I would like to discount California. Fuck, there's people in California who'd like to discount California. But it's still a state. It still has a say. And winning California can sway the fucking vote. Where were we? There was something I was talking about before I got back on that. Where'd we go? Shit, I lost my own track of my own thoughts. Well, I know you guys know I do that, but usually I can get it back, and I just don't even remember because now we're just all in California. Oh God, yeah. Didn't they want to leave the United States? There's been a couple of movements in California. I can't remember if there was a complete separatist movement, but there was a plan to break California up. There are people who wanted to break it into 3 states. That mostly came from Northern California. It's like, we're sick of carrying these shitheads while they keep doing stupid stuff. Gamer Valine, thank you. I disagree with third wave feminism. The second wave fight for giving credit without a man and work pay improvement, I agree with. I'm okay with second wave feminists. I'm okay with first wave feminists. I know before I forget, there's going to be people, and I got to throw this out there. I don't care that women were given the right to vote. I don't care that they weren't expected to sign up for the draft for it. Like, women didn't pay for it. Neither did you. You ain't done shit, so shut up. Gamer Valine, thank you. But you better believe I'll take advantage of these idiots to get a good engineering job because I'm a good salary employee in the fact I'll work an 18-hour day to fix a problem. I like troubleshooting. That puts you in the minority of women, gamer. And this is one of the things I'd like to talk about. I saw a story. Pinkalo had tweeted it out the other day, and I happened to catch it. It's a story in Canada about how they're having trouble getting women into trades. They're having trouble getting women electricians, getting women plumbers, women welders, these kind of jobs. They're having a lot of trouble getting women in these jobs. Now, I should also tell you, they're having a lot of trouble getting anyone in these jobs. Anyone. But they have these programs out there to get more women in these trades. Jobs women typically don't want to do. And there's nothing wrong with women not wanting to do them. But no, we have to have equal representation. Canada, y'all are fucked, man. You want these women to do it, and you have some women doing it. They do. They have, I forget the percentage, but there's, it was a higher percentage than I expected to be doing it. But it's not close to 50%. And that's what they want. At least 50% doing these jobs because they're good paying jobs, damn it. And there's a college in Canada who, for this kind of training, is giving it free to women. They're not giving it free to men. Considering men are more likely to do these jobs, do you think maybe, just maybe, you'd fix your problem of not having enough people in those positions if you offered the people most likely to take those jobs the free training? I'm just throwing that out there as a maybe. Maybe that would work. Maybe you should stop being so sexist and expecting women to take jobs they just don't want. Men and women have different fucking interests. It's not a fucking result of society. It's biology. It's how we're fucking born. It's not a matter of, oh, women are looked down upon this, or, oh, women are beat up if they get into this field. No. That can happen. Look, some women can be, treated like shit when they get into a field or into certain fields. Maybe they're not given enough credit, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing a jerk off motion here. You can't see it, but the biggest factor here is that women don't want to do that shit. Fuck, men don't want to do it, but we're like, that's a lot of pay. I'll go do that. And we are more likely to do that. When it comes to men and women, men are more likely to go, all right, that's a really shitty job, but that is a fat paycheck. I'll go do that shitty job. Tail says if they were at least consistent and said they wanted 50% of nurses and teachers to be men and 50% of sewage workers to be women, but it's only women and it's only highly paid positions. Yeah. You don't hear about, we need more cashiers to be women. You never hear that. It's like, we need more CEOs. We need more women in that nice, cushy office. It's never the dirty jobs, man. It's never the dirty jobs. It's never we need more women. Well, I'll give you this. In this case, it is. It's Canada saying we need more women to do that, the plumbing. But the women don't want that job. And again, they didn't go, yeah, we need more male nurses. Well, why? Why didn't you do that, Canada? Nursing pays decent. Oh, that's right. They got to get rid of that wage gap. They get rid of that wage gap. But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. SJW nonsense. It's just on college campuses. You have a problem in Canada right now where you have a serious shortage of people who are doing necessary jobs for society, infrastructure jobs, and they're fucking it up. They're making it an actual SJW issue. Got to have them women's. And it has nothing to do with wanting women in those positions. It's wanting women to get that money. That's what it is. Look, these are good paying jobs. We should give them to women. Women don't want your good paying jobs if they're going to have to be standing ankle deep in shit. That's stuff men are more likely to do. And again, hashtag not all. Because like Gamer Valine, as she just said, engineer. Women are less likely to want to sit there and deal with that kind of shit, with that kind of problem-solving bullshit. They can do it. Some of them are great at it, but a lot of them get into the field like, no, this is not something I'm interested in. I don't want to deal with this crap. Women are okay with being wrist deep in shit, but not knee deep. Look, women will do a lot of disgusting things like changing baby diapers. That's different than standing ankle deep in somebody else's shit. And again, hashtag not all, because there are women who do this. But Canada's actually pushing and ignoring men. Again, ignoring men. The people most likely to do the job. It's like, sorry, you got to do it the hard way. We're only going to make it easy for these women because we need to get this number up to 50%. We've seen this in Google and other tech companies who have started releasing these annual surveys of how they're doing when it comes to racism and sexism, because they push these notions that we have to have this many women and this many people of color. By the way, they don't count Asians in their people of color. We have to have this many. And every year they fail to make any progress. Right now, women engineers, people desperately want them. Not because they think women engineers are any better, but because then they can put that, look, we hired a women's. Look, she's got a vagina. We checked. Speaking of Pincalo, there he is. My sister is an interstate transit driver. My baby cousin is a microbiologist working on the coronavirus. My other cousin is a doctor. Trust me, women are coming into the trades up here. The feminists just don't like the rate. The amount of women mechanics is through the roof up here. Again, according to the article, it's not close to what your government wants. They want 50%. And while those are things, yes, women will do some of that work. Hashtag not all. Hashtag not all. A lot of them be like, fuck you. I ain't driving a truck all day. Are you insane? When I worked at Walmart, there were several women truck drivers, but they were way outnumbered by the men. Just way outnumbered. There is money to be made there, ladies. Seriously, if you want to get into a trades, when I say that, getting into welding and stuff, I'm not saying that just to men. It's a great way. It's a great thing. Getting into like computer engineering, that takes a lot of work, mental work. Getting into something like plumbing and say, even welding, that takes physical work. Neither one of these is easy, but women could do it. And there's a lot of money there. Stop chasing those fucking corner offices with the big cushy chair in your own desk. There's a lot of stuff out there, but exactly. Pink Collar says it's funny because the only reason they're failing and making progress is because of personal choice. Yeah, personal choice is a big deal. The only way you can fix that, is to force women to do it, and you're not going to do that. Yep, there's not enough women in STEM, and we hear that from the women who studied feminist studies. Yeah, there's that great cartoon out there where it's 2 signups where women can sign up for college, and one of them is feminist studies, and the other one is STEM, and all of the women are at the feminist studies, and then the next panel, they're all standing out there with signs. We need more women in STEM. And I laugh at that one because it's fucking true. It's fucking true. That you have a whole bunch of people out there, women who've gone to college and didn't go into STEM fields, bitching that there aren't more women in STEM fields. To the fucking point, they want to change STEM to STEAM so they can add arts in there. So that they can say, yeah, we got a whole bunch of women into STEAM. No, you don't get to do that. STEM is a very specific and necessary thing to society. Arts is as well. Look, I'm not going to shit on arts. It's important. It really is. Our culture is important. But it's not the same as learning math and science and technology. For fuck's sake. But remember, that's just 2016, you guys. We need to move on. Because if we don't, I don't know what's going to happen. If we don't, some people might get laughed at for saying really stupid shit. Emotional versus technical positions. Yeah, I mean, there's some technicalities to some art. But when you have somebody running your soundboard, you're going to take the person who has an engineering degree over somebody who has a painting degree, I would imagine. They probably have more experience with actually doing it. We also need to discuss if there's nothing wrong with women choosing not to do this shit. When Google's like, we can't get more women, we keep trying. Maybe it's okay. Yes, you have high-paying jobs there. Maybe women just don't want to do them, and that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. We need to get over this idea that men and women are exactly the same, because we're just not. We're not. And it's asinine to suggest we are. Women shouldn't be discouraged from STEM, but why pressure people into doing things they're not interested in? Well, Peter, you see, STEM tends to pay pretty well. And STEM jobs, the majority of STEM jobs are clean. See, it's a clean job that pays very well. So they want women's to get in there. Again, I applaud Canada for at least being like, yeah, we need more women out there fixing street lamps or whatever the fuck they want women doing in their industrial fields, but you can't force them. How about, this is the part of it that really pissed me off, was that part about that college giving away free education to the women who want to go into these fields. You have a shortage in the entire country. It's not just a shortage of women. It's not like they have all of the jobs mostly filled and they'd like to give the last few to women. It's not like they have an actual shortage up there. Like, I need my plumbing fixed. That's going to take us 6 months before we can get to you. And instead of trying to fix the entire problem, they're just like, yeah, we're just going to help women. That's fucking stupid. That is an SJW answer. That is social justice. And this is the problem with social justice, is that it brings you things like this. Like, look, we have an answer here. We can make it easier to get these degrees. We'll lower the cost of tuition for this stuff. Nope. No, no, only for the whammons. We're going to make it free for them. That makes no fucking idea. Or no fucking idea. It makes no fucking sense. So you're just an anti. I get that occasionally on Twitter if I say something. You're just one of those stupid antis. You haven't let it go. You're right, I haven't let it go because I'm not a fucking retard. I don't want to see society collapse because you fucking morons can't get it out of your head that women have to be everywhere. Gamer Valine, thank you so much. A surprising amount of people see through the Silicon Valley PC garbage. When I was there for training on my plasma equipment, the guys teaching talked guns and crazy policies that aren't in Arizona. Let me ask you, seriously, Gamer Valine. One, thank you for the donation, but when you were going through your training and stuff, did you feel at all, I don't want to use the word oppressed. What's the word I'm looking for? Did you feel like they treated you differently in a disparaging way because you were a woman? Women in STEM often have it easier than men in school and after. Well, right now there's this idea that, well, it's not just an idea. There's, because of the idea that we need more women in these fields, there's a lot of programs specifically meant to get women in there. They have a leg up. So we'll see. Those jobs may pay, but I'll stick to my trades: welder, gunsmith, and machinist work. Monk. I am one of those people. I would do one of those dirty jobs for the money. I'm not opposed to it. I don't know if I could do plumbing work because that's disgusting. And I have a very weak gag reflex. Maybe if I use the trick of a Vapo rub under my nose or something. Tech field. Oh, that would be fun. I don't know how many of you have ever coded, learned to code. I actually enjoy the part. It's frustrating as fuck, but where you go through 100,000 lines of code just to find the one where you forgot a fucking semicolon. That's a lot of fun to me, because when you finally found it, you feel like a dumbass, but you also have this great sense of relief because the program is finally working. You can finally see what you were trying to do come to life on the screen. Low Res Boy says coding since 30 plus years. Yeah, so you know. Low Res Boy, can you count how many times you fucked up and just forgot one little punctuation depending on which program you're using or which language? Gamer Bleen, thank you. My work quality speaks for me. Never scraped a wafer, and every tool adjustment is $1 million decision in making computer chips. Damn. See, you do some really technical shit. My uncle was a plumber. My aunt never let him talk about work at supper. That makes sense. My dad on the ship, he was the two different classifications got put together for a while and then separated again. He started out as an HDC, and then he became a damage controlman, and then they separated those again and became an HDC. So part of his job was plumbing on the ship, and there's some horrible stories there. It's just, plumbers, unsung heroes, my friends, unsung heroes. When we had the problems here at the house, we could not get it right, and we had to bring him in like 4 different times. When that guy finally figured out what the problem was and fixed it, I could have hugged that man. Like, thank you. I love you so much. Now I can make my house not smell like this anymore. Oh man, electrical engineering was my dream job. I'm jelly. Oh, are you talking about for what Gamer said? Yeah. Gamer's badass, man. Oh no, she's a woman in tech. We're supposed to shit all over her because they're not supposed to exist. How dare you? What do you have, a penis? Fucking assholes. Not you, the kind of people who say this shit. There are women who like doing this stuff, but it's just like, women like to game. Yeah, they do. They're not, in general, women are not as competitive as gamers. So you don't get as many in things like the Fortnite or the Counter-Strike or these kind of games. That doesn't mean women don't like to game. They just like different kinds of games. They like the kind of games I like. I'm basically a woman gamer these days. I blame my gay hair. Thank you, Evolved Potato. They want to push women into STEM so much they changed the assignments in my high school science class to a creative writing assignment. I just didn't do it because I found it so stupid. Yeah, that's how you get better at things in STEM. Write about it. Look, there's necessary writing that goes on in STEM, say technical manuals and stuff, but dear fucking Christ. Dear fucking Christ. Jesus. Which man here didn't want to be a fighter jet pilot growing up? Oh, Richo, dude. I actually had I had 2 flight suits that I would wear from time to time, and I had a flight jacket. I love the F-14, even before Top Gun, guys. The F-14, when I first saw it, I fell in love with that fucking plane. And I've actually talked to F-14 pilots about becoming an F-14 pilot, and they told me what all I had to do. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just watch from over here, because that's not an easy job. But it's awesome, man, if you get to be one of the fighter jet pilots. There's also the great line from many great lines from An Officer and a Gentleman, where they point out only like 2 pilots from each of their class at that time would get to go on to be fighter pilots. Everybody else was like a cargo plane pilot. I'm like, well, those are shitty odds, and I don't have the greatest luck. Poppy, how are you, sweetheart? Hope you're well. Oh, I saw your message the other day after I was already finishing up, so I'm so sorry. We'll get you on the show again one time when I have more time into the show left. I don't want to bring you on like in the last 10 minutes. They have to be in the 1% club to become a fighter pilot. Yeah. And I don't know if I would have got along with a lot. Those guys are cocky as fuck with good reason. You want to talk about gross plumbing jobs? One time our septic tank had a clog. Long story short, I got hit in the face with sewage. Ah, dude, never look down the pipe, man. You looked over the pipe, didn't you? You looked. I laughed my ass off. My comment got censored for saying women are evil. Any censoring? Sorry, that's not me. What is there a way you can say it? Because I'm curious what YouTube blocked there. YouTube blocks a lot of weird shit. And I never know what's going on with it because, yeah. Kevin, my kids are a dog and a cat. The dog is asleep next to me, and the cat got up to eat because he's fat. He will be back for snuggles. There you go. Gamer Valine, is an 18-hour day normal for you? I got banned for commenting on BitChute. Oh, damn. What'd you say, Peter? How do you get banned from commenting on BitChute? Did you make like some Nazi joke? Because, they got to be careful about that. This is a problem with all these. Everybody, we need an alternative to YouTube and to Twitter. You guys realize all of these alternatives they may start out free speech, but eventually they're all going to come down the same way these ones are. They have to. No, 12 hours alternating 3 and 4 days a week. Oh, that's not horrible, especially if you like your job. I have trouble with 12-hour days. Those last 2 hours, oh my God. I don't know what it is about those last 2 hours. 10 I can do. 12 is just like, fuck. We need an alternate to Stripe Chase. We do, but we're not going to get one. And if we do, it's going to have the same problems. What we need to do is change the culture of these companies, and that's not going to happen, especially if we're treating every SJW moment as, oh, that's so 2016. That's so 2016, you fucking boomer. Okay, boomer. Yeah, we have to change the culture at these companies, and that's not going to happen as long as we're still treating SJW nonsense like it matters. As long as we're out there, as long as there's people out there pushing the notion of hate speech, we're not going to fix anything. We have to beat back the idea that hate speech is a thing. Now, you can say things and be hateful when you're saying them, but the speech itself doesn't matter. You can say 2 things, one hateful, one not, and then be the exact same words. Take any slur. I'm Irish, so fuck, I don't remember the slurs for Irish people. Brits, you're in chat. Give me one. You take that slur and you can say it to a friend jokingly, and there's no hate to it. You can say it seriously to a stranger and mean it. Same words. One's hateful, one's not, because context matters. I know I took some of these earlier, but they're not working. And I can take 2 more because I took the small dose. Hang on, I got to pop some pills. There we go. What we could do is actually enforce the law for the difference between a platform and publisher. That'd give them a slap on the back of the head. The problem is, if you actually read the whole rules in there, they're not breaking that law or they're not coming outside of those laws, or of what is it, 302? I forget the designation right now. I've read it a billion times. It gives them cover for things like this because they are allowed to censor for any reason they want. There will be no punishment for the censoring that they do. It's that's in section B or C of part 3, something like that. It's been a while, guys. I've read it a lot, but YouTube isn't breaking that rule. Neither is Twitter, because they're still allowed to have their standards, and the government can't punish them for any of those standards. God damn it, it's almost 80 likes. I want 200 before this ends. Monkey's awesome. Still 7 minutes. Yeah, guys, hit the like. I haven't shilled at all. This is the problem when I don't have a co-host on, because usually when I have one of them, it's like, guys, give to them. I forget to shill myself. Yeah, please hit like. Please share, and please consider donating. Or in lieu of donating, there is a store down below where you can go pick up a nice shirt or a monkey mug. Not the just let it happen mug. I still need to do that. If All Potato says, then those laws are basically useless because it does nothing. It doesn't do nothing. It keeps YouTube from getting sued because, okay, take the Keemstar thing. Keemstar made videos pointing out that Romeo Lacoste has been accused of inappropriate behavior with people under the age of 18. Without those laws, YouTube could get sued for that along with Keemstar, and they would just keep getting sued over and over and over again. That's what those laws are designed to stop. Now there is some stuff in there where how do I say? Okay, so the difference between publisher and platform, this is what it boils down to. The New York Times, when they do their op-ed section, they get to decide what's in there. They look at the letters they receive and pick which one goes in there. So they have direct control over it, so they can be sued over it. Over on YouTube, they just offer a place for this stuff. They don't decide, okay, this video gets to go, this video. They don't, okay, let me stop. They can take videos down, but they don't go video by video and go, yes, this one's okay, yes, this one's okay, yes, this one's okay, and be the one who's actually publishing it. I put my videos up. If somebody complains, they'll look at it and they'll go yes or no, but they're not making the decision before I put it up. They're not going, okay, this video is good, and sending it out. That's what the difference comes down to. And so, yeah, that it is important, because without that, we wouldn't have any social media. Believe me, Twitter would have been sued several times over the shit I've said. It's just, sorry. Found my charger, cell charging, no longer dying. Cool. Glad to hear it, Southern Slushy. Oh, man. Corona is boomer remover. I mean, if you want to remove boomers, I suppose this would be something to cheer. A lot of parents and grandparents out there that are boomers. There's a lot of people who work in innovative tech fields who were boomers. You might want to be careful wishing for their death. I don't mind. It's a joke, I hope. If it's a joke, it's funny. Do you guys, I don't know if I can get in trouble with this. Do you guys remember the AIDS epidemic? Sorry, the AIDS pandemic. It's a pandemic, you guys. The AIDS pandemic when it was first coming out and the people who got in trouble for making jokes about it. There's only one I remember. It was a t-shirt that was done at the time. There was a ad campaign for Raid that said Raid kills bugs dead. And somebody made it a shirt that said AIDS kills fags dead. People lost their shit. I'm like, come on, that's just a joke. Relax, guys. Sometimes it's okay to laugh, man. It's okay to laugh. Southern Slushy says, how many here? It says 171. I still want 200. Right now it's at just went up to 177. Braid Shadow Legends. Yeah, even they won't sponsor me. I wouldn't know. I haven't actually talked to them. If I made more videos, they might. I'm the last of the boomers. Watch it, you little. Get him, P-Dog. Because I am not a boomer. I am Gen X. Cryptic says, uh-oh, Prospero's pissed. Run for the hills. Why are you mad? Because I said it's okay to make jokes? The boomer thing? I didn't say it. I was reading it, Prospero, just for the record. Yeah, we lost 4. I must not have been talking about what they wanted me to talk about. That's all right. I'm a little short on topics because I only read the 2 things because I got so annoyed by hashtag poop challenge. I can't. Prospero said I was never mad at you. I just assume, sweetheart. I just assume. It's usually a good bet. So, all right, we're good. We're good. I had a shirt that said, help stop rape consent. I got an LOR for that one. There's people don't take rape jokes very, very kindly. George Carlin did a bit where he's talking about anything can be funny. And I believe him. I believe in that notion that anything can be funny. He says it depends on the context of the joke. We have a lot of people right now that can't take a joke. Anything that's personal to them, you can't joke about it. Can't joke about it because reasons. Thank you, James Colley. Says, how do you get AIDS from a toilet seat? By sitting down before the last guy gets up. I've heard that joke before, and the first time I heard it was actually on Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson said that joke, and that's, if you guys have never watched Johnny Carson, you should, because he was actually a funny man. But as I was talking about, anything can be funny. Just because it touches on something that's touchy to you doesn't mean it can't be funny. Airplane, one of the greatest things about Airplane, the movie Airplane, is it made fun of so many people. There's so many people being mocked in that movie, and nobody got pissed off about it. Everybody just sat there and laughed. You can't do that today because everybody's so touchy about their own personal labels and shit. Oh, that joke was about a black person. How dare you? That one was about a Chinese Wu flu. Uh-oh. Oh, that one is about a honky, and you're not allowed to make black jokes, so you can't make honky jokes. Oh, for fuck's sake. All of you need to reach deep into your ass and find that stick and pull it out because you're annoying the shit out of me with your inability to laugh at yourselves. See, Drew says, except straight white men. But see, even that is a complaint about jokes. I mean, let's all just relax. Let's all just sit back and enjoy humor. There's nothing wrong with humor. That's going to make people hate that subgroup. Is it? Because I feel like that's fucking retarded. I don't know. I have never once in my fucking life heard of somebody who became a neo-Nazi because they heard a joke about Jews. Nobody who's ever joined the KKK because they heard a joke about black people. Nobody who's ever became Muslim because they heard a joke about Jews. Stop it. That's fucking retarded. That's a slippery slope, monkey. No, it's not. You're just a dumbass. Oh, I want to see somebody react to the old white lady claiming that she speaks jive. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I mean, well, here's a Pincalo. These days, the whole joke about the jive thing. They would be like, hey, black people don't have to learn English. It's actually racist to think black people need to learn proper English. That's a fucking SJW argument out there right now. That black people are too stupid to learn English, so we shouldn't expect it of them. Now, they don't say the too stupid part. No, that's on the down low. You got to look into what they're saying to actually get that. I don't know, monkey. I joke about Nazis a lot, and I hate them. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Fair enough, but did you start hating them because of a joke? I feel you probably didn't. It's amazing to me that this line of thinking even exists, because that's, if you tell a racist joke, you're racist, and there's a chance that people listening are going to turn racist too. No. If you're a racist and people are listening to you and you happen to tell a racist joke, then they may turn racist listening to the rest of the nonsense you say if they believe it. It's not going to be because of a fucking joke. Well, the joke just makes it easier for people to swallow. Yeah, you need to swallow. You need to go out there and have some sex, you fucking uptight piece of shit. And see, I blame part of it on that too. If you notice, the ability to tell jokes has declined as people have stopped having sex. Those things go together. You need to relax more. And if you don't have a sexual partner, go out there and rub one out. For fuck's sake, there's porn everywhere. Go help yourself. By the way, do you think we'll be able to see a birth rate increase in 9 months, since fucking is the only thing a lot of people will do in quarantine? We'll see a bump. You'll see it. Oh, goddamn you, Prospero. I'll get to that in a second, but backscans to your question. Yeah, we'll see a bump. I don't know if it'll be a boom like we've been seeing. It's kind of funny because the millennials who hate boomers have kind of become the new boomers. We've had a baby boom because of them. Gen X we kind of backed off on having babies as much, and then millennials have had a lot more kids. They're not fucking as much, which is weird. I'm guessing it's because of the number of. I'm gonna get in trouble for that. That's a joke I can't make. We'll stop for that. But Prospero said, "Silly Simeon, you're the racist for keeping a pet Satsu." That shit still pisses me off. We on this show in Lords of the Night, we talk about the racism of low expectations and the sexism of low expectations. The soft bigotry of low expectations. It's fucking ridiculous that just because somebody agrees with me on some stuff and that we're friends, I must be the one pulling the string. Like, what? You don't think that black man can think for himself? It's fucking retarded. It's a little known fact. Hitler was radicalized by a book of knock jokes. I know, yeah, and they were all about Jews. Knock, knock. Who's there? A Jew. Ah. Oh. Thank you, Karamon. Dim tools. You actually killed me with that one. I need a second. Dim Tool said something interesting earlier. Lefty professors are e-teaching and they're afraid of their lecture being leaked. We may get an inside look into the actual teachings of these commies. That would be interesting. That would be interesting because we've seen some leaks, where people will tape stuff and seen some really fucking stupid shit being said by these guys. Have we hit 100? How many likes do we have? Slushy wants to know. I'd like to know too, but yeah, it would be interesting to see some of the full lectures coming out and seeing what's going on. 98 apparently, guys. 2 more people need to hit like so that we can get that 100 that Slushy's so nice to be pushing for. Don't forget to hit the like and share and toss $1 into the hat if you can. Oh, we just went over 100. There you go. 101. Thank you, guys. 102. 103. The bigotry of the soft bigotry. I have problems with calling it soft bigotry. The notion that somebody can't do well because of their race or their genitals or their religion is fucking retarded. Was it true once? Yeah. Is it true now? No. Most people don't give a fuck. We've advanced as a society, and we've got even with this PC bullshit, we've advanced as a society. All you have to do is look at the Asian American community and go, wow, people of color can advance in the US. Because if you look back, we didn't even treat Chinese like people. It's like, yeah, build my railroad, bitch. Oh, he died. Give me a new Chinaman. We didn't even treat him like fucking people. We threw all the Japanese in internment camps and treated them like fucking shit. We have treated Asians like shit in this country throughout our history. We only talk about the blacks because we actually enslaved them. With the Asian, they're just like, oh, fuck it, kill that one. Did he annoy you? Kill that one. And they were able to get ahead because once that shit started going away, they stuck to their culture of excellence. And then you look over to the black community, and what do you have? You have a whole bunch of honkies going, sorry, little Negro, we don't expect you to make anything of yourself because we know you can't. We know you can't. It is the most racist shit ever. Okay, maybe not ever. It is the most racist shit going on right now. You want to? Oh, we need to put hate groups on watch lists. All right, do that. But how about this? How about you stop being a bigot? How about you stop being prejudiced against black people and understanding that they can achieve shit just like you can? And maybe if you had expectations for them, if you expected them to come into society and learn English, they're too stupid to learn English. They're too dumb to know how to go get a driver's license so they can vote. You're a fucking racist piece of shit, and I don't like you. Thank you, Asian Hippie, for the donation with no message. I appreciate that. That's very kind. The thing that's keeping this shit going is the idea that women and blacks and Latinos, that they can't get ahead. You put that in somebody's head. You put it in most people's head that, hey, sorry, you're screwed. You're never going to get ahead. They're going to be like, why try? Why try? I can't do it. You just told me I can't do it. You're part of the problem you're telling me is keeping me down. I should believe you. Monkey's awesome. Why I missed many of Monkey streams. Well, my streams are all over the place, so I never expect anybody to catch all of them. I send Jack a link every day, and he's like, I sometimes I can't. I'm like, dude, you don't have to make them. These are all over the fucking place. It's not like I have a time. Plus, I don't pay him, so he doesn't have to be here. People who complain about the white savior complex are often the ones engaging in it. Yeah. But they don't see it that way. They see it as helping. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up. If you treat people like you have no expectations of them, very few are going to rise. Especially, it's not even, we have no expectations of you. It's like, you can't compete. Sorry, little Negro. You need to go be Monkey's friend so you can compete at all. He'll tell you he'll tell you what to do. Fucking people. Fucking hate people like that. I fucking hate racism. I really do. Actual racism. You tell a racist joke once in a while, that's fine. If you're actually racist, you're a fucking piece of shit, and I want nothing to do with you. That's why watching the rise of the alt-right after the breakup of the skeptics was annoying. It's like these little shitbags need to go away. But why don't you make videos about them? Because they're irrelevant and you ignore them, and that's what tends to make them go away. What they want is exposure. Don't give it to them unless you're, enjoying that. Glad I caught your stream the other day. Your daughter sounds like a great person. Are you sure she's yours? Yes. I'm sure she's mine. But she takes, as she said, she takes after her mom. And over on the Streamlabs, thank you so much, Expo Hotep. No matter what you do, you will be a failure. Doesn't that sound like an abusive relationship? You're right. And it has been. This goes back to the plantations. It really does. If you go back to the plantations of the South and they're talking about abolitionism, one of the arguments was these Negroes won't be able to take care of themselves without massa. I'm not making that up. Go look. That was what they were saying. And it's exactly what they're doing now. These Negroes can't make it without massa. Yeah, they can. A lot of them do, you dumb motherfucker. Cryptic, thank you. If jokes are racist, it's probably a you problem. Look, as I think it was midnight. Yeah, race jokes aren't necessarily racist. They can be jokes that are based. I mean, they're what we call a racist joke, But that doesn't mean the person telling it is a racist. There's a difference there. And that's where we get lost on this shit. Like, oh, you told, and again, this started in the 80s. You told a joke that has racist context. You're a racist. I'm not. You're just a fucking asshole with no sense of humor. White man's burden argument. Oh, man, it's the people who push this shit and they want to pretend that they are the saviors. I'm gonna fix this. No, you're not. You just don't think black people. You don't think highly of black people. But I have black friends. I was part of Black Lives Matter. Yeah, that shows you don't think highly of black people. Here's an idea, and I'm going to throw this out there, and it's going to amaze you. Stop treating them like black people. Treat them like people. Don't treat them like Asian people. Don't treat them like Jewish people or Muslim. Treat them like people. Treat everybody like people. Stop looking at their fucking skin. You can't be colorblind. You can see he's black. Yeah, I can see he's black. Being colorblind means I don't treat him any differently, even knowing he's black. You dumb fuck. Well, being colorblind is racist because you're not acknowledging his lived experience. I don't know his lived experience based on the color of his skin, you stupid shit. I don't know if you guys know this, but black people, they don't all grow up exactly the same. White people don't grow up all exactly the same. Asian people, they grow up exactly. No, just fucking with you. No, we don't all grow up exactly the same. It is absolutely retarded to think you can look at somebody's color and know about them. It's not just retarded, it's racist. You're literally saying, I know everything about you because of the color of your skin. The rest of you doesn't matter. Your actual experience doesn't matter because of the color of your skin or even because of your genitals, your sexuality. You're gay, you must have had the exact same experience every gay person has had. Because, gay people, all the same. It is the most prejudiced bullshit ever. And again, I said ever. It's the most prejudicial bullshit going on right now. And they treat it like it is the answer. It's the answer. You know how you get rid of racism? Again, I'm going to blow your fucking mind. You know how you get rid of racism? Stop worrying about race. Get rid of the notion that race is what's important. That you have to acknowledge, I have to acknowledge his experience because he's a black person. You don't know his experience, you stupid motherfucker. Man, I'm dropping motherfuckers left and right. I apologize. You don't know it. You don't. You see the color of his skin. You don't know if he grew up in Compton or fucking Manhattan. Oh, he must have grew up around gangs. He's a black man. Maybe he grew up in Beverly fucking Hills. Oh, there's some people in chat. Okay, Nuts, I see what you're talking about with TA there. The other day, there was an argument on Twitter between Fane and Satsu. And Fane put up a post saying it sucks to have to block old friends, but that he was having to block Satsu and Sinatra says. And there was another small exchange there, and Mundane Matt said that Satsu just agrees with the nonsense that Monkey says, and Sinatra's just an out-and-out racist. That was his post. Satsu just agrees with the nonsense Monkey says. Now, I want to point this out in the context of that stupid shit. Satsu argued at the time, was arguing with Fane almost daily. You know how many times I was involved in that argument? None. I didn't do anything. But Satsu just agrees with the nonsense I say. That's you just said this man can't think for himself. Yeah. Oh, you guys should have heard Lady Monkey the other day. It was so funny because I told her about that. Well, she's actually seen it. She commented. Because I commented, I'm like, how the fuck did I get drug into this? I wasn't a part of any of this shit. And Lady Monkey commented that he didn't even actually tag me in it, which he didn't. I just happened to see it because I was following the argument. Thank you, Cryptic. Matt stopped picking boulders with his kid. I'm guessing he had to come out and insult the black man in Sinatra. And yeah, Asian hippie, we've all seen Satsu disagree with you. No, he just agrees with everything I say. But Lady Monkey is a mom, you guys. And when she likes somebody, she's very protective. And she likes Sinatra. She really does. Sinatra had to grow on her. I won't lie to you about that. Because he's young, he's brash, and she's like, how do you I'm like, he's a really nice guy. He really is. And she saw that there's I'm not going to tell you what happened, but there was something that happened, and Sinatra was very kind. And she sees this and she goes, wow, you're right about him. Like, I know I'm right about him. And at that moment, she went mom. You don't fuck with Sinatra. So she sees this from Matt about how he's just an out and out racist. And then the other day, Thursday, I told the guys, I'm like, guys, I probably won't make the show tonight. And then Scribe's like, I can't do the show tonight. So it's just Satsu. And the next day I'm talking to Lady Monkey about it. I'm like, yeah, Scribe didn't show up last night either. And she goes, Satsu had to do the show alone? Because she's also mom for Satsu. And I'm like, no, Sinatra helped him out. And she goes, you mean Sinatra, the out and out racist? And the amount of fucking sarcasm in her voice made me laugh so fucking hard. She's like, yeah, that fucking racist who came to the aid of a black man. Oh, because that's what racists do. They spend all day on YouTube looking for a black man who's been abandoned by his two co-hosts to jump in there and play white savior. Oh man, her fucking sarcasm was just dripping. You mean Sinatra, the out and out racist? Like, it's funny as shit. Yeah, if somebody's getting deleted, I see this YouTube deletes comments, Rich, that was second comment. YouTube deleted many comments. YouTube, yeah, they delete comments here. I don't. You will see if I delete a comment because it'll come up and tell you that I timed you out or that one of my mods timed you out. If you don't see that, it's YouTube doing it. I have no censorship on my channel. Nothing in my block list there. So, by the way, your daughter seems like a wonderful woman. You done well as a dad. I give all credit to my wife. All credit to my wife. My kid's sense of humor came from me. their compassion and their adulthood came from their mother. Because you guys have heard me. Can you imagine leaving me alone with a child? The child would grow up so fucked up. All they would do is tell horrible jokes all the time. Ginger says, I can't say Ranting Monkey's name anymore. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. I really don't. Now, I did bop somebody during the stream with my daughter. They said something inappropriate, and that's my daughter. Okay, Native, thank you. So racist, he goes into his house and eats his food. Yeah, that's what, thank you for the donation. Yeah, goes over to the black guy's house and eats all his food. Well, he's got that one black friend. That's just fucking stupid. Look, now, Sinatra likes to push the limits sometimes, but Sinatra's a nice guy. He really is. He's much sweeter than you may even know. You did a stream with your daughter when? Yesterday. I didn't do a Monkey in the Morning yesterday, but I did do a stream with my daughter about 3 p.m. Eastern time, I think it was. So the last stream on here before this one on my channel will be the one with me and my daughter. And Jack joined us at the end for a little bit. And smart for his age too. If you watch, Sinatra is still, he's at a good age. His brain is now fully formed. And I'm not being mean here. That's science. The brain finally fully forms around in your mid-20s. And so he's developing his what will likely be his long-term beliefs. And yeah, he is a smart kid. He's a smart kid. He's not a kid. He's a smart young man. How about that? And you'll see some differences here and there. And as he grows and learns, and fuck, I still grow and learn. So Evolved Potato, thank you. I'm still doubting she's related to you. My theory is she was made by mitosis from Lady Monkey. Thank you for the donation. She's a great kid. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm so proud of all of my children. They grew up to be great people. And again, I give all credit to their mom. So he's under 25 then. No, Sinatra is 26 now, I believe it is. That science bitch, exactly, Dangerous Spaces. But Monkey, how can we get rid of racism if we don't constantly judge and separate people based on race? I'm glad you asked that. That's fucking stupid. Don't ask that again. No, I get what you're saying, because that's the SJW mentality. We have to notice race, people. Have to. Yeah. Slushy says now deleted number of lives 118. Salty YouTube. YouTube is. I wish they would just leave our chat alone, because they give us the ability to monitor our chat, not just mods, but I could go into my settings and actually put a word in there, and if you ever said it, it wouldn't show up. I rate Bear. I rate Alex. He has his docs information in there, which is smart. But I have literally nothing in mine. Nothing. Hi, beautiful. Good morning. The beautiful lady Monkey's up. Did you get good sleep? I did not sleep well last night, you guys. I went in there after the stream. I was going to do a game stream, and I started yawning real bad. I'm like, you know what? I'm not fighting it today. I'm going to go to bed. So I went in there, laid down. Took me about an hour to fall asleep. And then I woke up at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Munchkin is a little more religious than you, isn't she? Oh, yes, much more. I'm not religious at all. And she goes to church and believes the word. And yeah. See, this is why, I don't hate religious people. My family, my extended family is very religious. I have an aunt who is the most religious. I think she's more religious than the Pope. But she's also the sweetest woman on the planet. This is a woman who used to laugh when I was on Facebook a lot. She was the worst shit I said, she was always there to put a like on it, because she understood jokes. And she's not like, Monkey, you're going to burn in hell. Have you thought of adding the phrase cereal is not soup to the block list? No, I think people should have, for the most part, should have a right to say what they want to. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say we will never censor you. There are some things where I will actively, when right after Irate Bear had his, whatever it is that's affecting him, he came on the show the day after it first hit him, and he was having some trouble speaking. And my mods got instructions that day. If anybody fucks with him, you bop them. Period. Love you. You okay? Okay. I don't care what anyone says. Everyone notices skin tone or color. However, where you decide to take that next separates the racist from the real people. There's a difference from noticing it and making it the most important thing. The idea of colorblind isn't that you don't actually see their race. Of course you see their race. Of course you see their sex. Sometimes, yes, you even see their sexuality. Some of you gays know what I mean. The idea of colorblind is that you don't judge them any different because of their race. Cryptic, thank you. Did you see the Kami Imagine song by the Celebrities? Yes, I did. I didn't watch the whole thing. Because I saw that it's Wonder Woman who starts that out, right? I'm like, oh, she's pretty. I wonder what she's up to. Because I didn't realize who it was. And then I clicked the button and she starts singing Imagine. And I hate that fucking song. I hate it with an absolute passion because it's dumb as fuck. It was written by a hippie and only hippies believe in that stupid fucking song. There's a line in that song that absolutely infuriates me. Imagine a world where there's nothing worth fighting or nothing worth dying for, nothing worth killing for. And I forget the exact line because I haven't heard it in so long, but that's in there. And I can't remember if killing is first or dying is first. Nothing worth killing or dying for. Nothing you are so passionate about that you would give your own life. Really? That's the world you want? I would give my life for my family. I don't want to imagine a world where I wouldn't. I don't want to imagine a world where passion doesn't exist. That's some stupid fucking shit right there. I would kill for my family. Absolutely. Imagine a world where that doesn't exist. What kind of stupid fucking hippie shit is that? James Colley, thank you. Impromptu nip stream since Lady Monkey is working from home. No. She works from home. She has for a long time. Imagine no possessions. Those people are mostly millionaires. Fuck off with that shit. I know, right? But see, most people listen to that stupid ass song and they don't actually pay attention to what it says. They don't put any thought into it. It's just like, oh, imagine we're all just nice to each other. Well, that's not exactly what he's saying. It's not what he's saying. It's nothing to kill or die for. Thank you, Judafine. Or Judafine. I don't know if I've said your name right this whole time. But anyway, yeah. Imagine a world where there's nothing worth dying for. No. I don't want to live in that world. I really don't. And I feel like if you do, you probably live a sad existence. And at the time, he was with Yoko Ono, so he probably did. Plus, it's John Lennon. John Lennon was a commie shitbag. I know. We're not supposed to say that out loud, but he was a commie shitbag. When do people ever pay attention to songs these days? If it has a catchy chorus, they will sing it. And I get that. In a lot of songs, there's no reason to do so. But with Imagine is an anthem. It is an anthem for hippies. But there's some people who are like, this is how we should actually live. No, it's really not. That's what these fucking stars are out there. Imagine all the people. Shut the fuck up. You didn't even pay it. You don't even know what that fucking song means. It's about, imagine a boring fucking world, a boring fucking commie world where you don't care about shit. You don't care about anything. Yeah, that sounds like a great fucking existence. Fucking morons. It isn't an anthem. It's a hymn. It's an anthem to hippies. It is. That's their fight song, which is kind of funny if you think about it. Oh. Where's Cartman when you need him? He knows how to take care of hippies. Yeah, but then they let him out of the basement and start a drum circle that takes over the town. Imagine there's no countries. Isn't it hard to do? It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Yeah. It's a world without passion. It's a boring fucking commie world. That's what it is. And you know what? You do have to imagine a commie world that way, because communist countries are actually pretty violent. Cryptic, thank you. Larry the Cable Guy roasted them on Twitter. Oh, I'll have to check it out. I don't follow him, so. Lenin shot 6 times in the back. Yoko Ono standing right next to him. Not one bullet. Proof there is no God. Oh, fuck, Michael. You're going to get me in trouble for that one. Lamented Guide, thank you. Celebs, imagine no possessions? Yeah, you first. Thank you for the donation, both you, Cryptic and Lamented Guide. There, you guys are very, very kind. You guys are very kind. Thank you so much for the donations. Don't forget, guys, like, share, and if you can, toss a shekel or two, because I'm in lockdown all the time. They don't even think. They're just like, well, this is a song that's going to make you like. Communism has never, ever been done without a horrific amount of violence. Now, and I'm not just talking about the revolutions. Those are ridiculously violent too, but a revolution is. Our revolution was violent. But it's what happens after. It's what happens after. Chinese dissidents, they disappear. And I guarantee you they're not shipping them to some remote tropical island to let them live out their days how they want to. Communism, you have to be heavy-handed. You have to be, because it goes against people's nature. Imagine all the commies not killing their people for disagreeing. There's your fucking anthem. Oh man, there's a reason North Koreans don't argue with the president, with President Yoon. Keeverdam says violence and starvation. Yeah. Well, when you kill all the farmers, you tend to starve your people. That's my favorite thing about the. When you talk about Stalin, like he killed 25 million. Look, there were crop failures. It wasn't his fault. The food ran out. Yeah, the food ran out because he killed farmers, you dumb motherfucker. And farming is more than just, despite what Bloomberg said, sticking a seed in the ground and waiting for it to grow. Oh, yeah. Imagine all the people dying because there's no food. Yeah, fucking dumbass commies. And none of them, not one of these fucking celebrities actually lives this way. All of these people who want to change the world, all of them, whether you're talking about your commie / democratic socialist or your global warmers, any of these fuckers, none of them actually live the way they tell you should be living. None of them. Cryptic, thank you. Mao slaughtered over 45 million in 4 years. Cryptic, we're not allowed to talk about that because that would be racist. It would be. And yeah, Prospero, that it was due the starvation was due to deliberate agriculture policy. Stop acting like, oh, they just starved. Yeah, they starved for a fucking reason. Yes, a lot of them under Stalin, in fairness, weren't just outright shot. That would have actually been kind. Instead, they were fucking starved to death. But hey, communism takes care of the people, make sure everybody has something to eat and they have a job and a house. Yeah, the ones that are left. Good luck in them bread lines, Bernie. Bernie Sanders, breadlines are actually a good thing because those people get bread. This motherfucker said that. Okay, I'm paraphrasing, but he said that. At least in breadlines, people get bread. That's what this stupid motherfucker said. And there are people who think he is the smartest guy ever and should be president. If you're out there talking about how at least people in breadline get bread, did they all? Because you're wrong about that too. You might have to show up tomorrow or the next day. Fucking asshole. Fucking asshole. I hate that man. I hate his every commie bone in his body. And no, you can't bring that to my country. He doesn't live like a commie. He doesn't. He isn't. He could set up a commune. He could set up one there in his little Vermont town. But like most Vermonters, I had a summer camp. Do you need it? You have 3 homes, you millionaire motherfucker. And you want to punish rich people. Not people like you, though. Not you're rich. No. Not you're rich. I just have a summer camp like everyone else. Really? He was in a commune. He got kicked out of it. I know, but he could start another one. He could start his own and live that way. He doesn't. Andrew Joyner, thank you. Don't forget, John did slag off the commies in the song Revolution, though. Personally, I think he was a fanaticist, okay, and a hippie. Sorry, had trouble with that word. My brain sometimes sees words and goes, you're going to say this one instead. Yeah, but didn't revolution come before Imagine? That was on his way to his communist bullshit. Can you imagine SJWs in a breadline, though? They would ask for gluten-free. Oh, God. Fantastist. Oh, yeah, I still fucked up that word. Look, my brain doesn't like some words. I have Biden brain. Leave me alone. Thank you for that. Cryptic, thank you. Add Stalin's 20 million and Pol Pot's 3. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, communism has killed a lot of people. And this is why, look, I don't want people to speak well of Hitler because he was a horrible shitbag of a person. But I don't understand why we punish people who grab on to Nazism. You're neo-Nazis, you're little racist pieces of shit. But we treat communists okay. Hitler killed a shit ton of people, and especially, ones he didn't like, and tried to take over the world. Do you know what commies have been doing? In China right now, they have actual fucking concentration camps for Muslims. Now, I don't care how you feel about Muslims. That's not the way to deal with them. You don't put them in fucking concentration camps. Work them to death. But it's, hey. It's okay to be a communist. It's okay. I just got a summer home. I got a summer camp like everyone else. Fucking asshole. Fucking asshole. And people are like, yeah, he's only got 3 homes. That's not much. Yeah, how many you got? You're sucking up to this rich dickhead who's telling you rich people are bad. They don't live the life. These fucking greenies, they're not out there living the life. Every one of them's got a fucking cell phone that they plug in every night. And they're not doing it on solar power alone. Oh. They don't turn their lights off and keep and fuck. They still have electricity. How about get rid of it? Well, I can't live that way. The Amish do. Why can't you live like the Amish? Go help the planet. No. I'm not actually going to live that way. Oh, shit, Jack, when did you get here?
2 minutes
Jack.
ago. How you doing?
I'm on a rant.
Awesome.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear the ding.
No worries.
That sucks. I apologize, my friend.
Oh, no big deal.
How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm all right. I've been sleeping all day. How you doing?
Yeah, I didn't get much sleep, but I'm okay. A little sore. A little bit ran me ragged yesterday.
Oh, I bet.
It was a lot of fun, though. I finally got to play with her. Yeah, a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm on a rant right now about these fucking assholes who want to change our world but don't want to live the life they think I should.
No, they're the elites, monkey. That's how nobility works. You don't have to live like the plebs.
Well, I wonder, and I'm being deadly serious here because I've made the joke, if all people who believe in global warming stopped all CO2 production, the problem would take care of itself. And that's a joke if you guys know about breathing. But I do wonder if all of them, every one of them, who's like, the world is going to end, started living Amish, how quickly the concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere would come down.
Oh, it would be like magic.
Just suddenly stop everything. No more Netflix, no more Instagram, no more Twitter, no more YouTube, no more electricity at all. No more cars. Even your gay little plug-in car. You can't have that anymore. You know why? Because of how it's manufactured. You get a horse
electricity produces CO2.
Indeed. You get a horse and buggy and a house that if you want to light it up, you do it with candles. If you want to heat it, you do it with wood. That's it. That's what you get. No air conditioning in the summertime. Sorry. You don't see that shit, though. Imagine. There you go. Imagine all the people living actually their shit. But they don't. This is the world we live in, monkey. That was fucking AOC's excuse. I'm just living in this world.
Yeah, because she's an elite, and they're better than us. They're fucking better than us.
Yeah, get out there and live the change you want to see, bitch. Prove to me how great it is. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be over here playing video games on 2 monitors. Suck my dick. Oh, man. No more dreams of universal basic income. You don't work, you don't eat. Yeah, get out there and farm your own shit, motherfucker. I hope you know how to make corn.
Oh, that's just it. That they expect everybody else to live by their standard, but they won't ever do it. They're all hypocrites on this.
Yeah. And it's the same with the commies. You don't see these motherfuckers giving away all their money. You don't see Bernie giving away his 3 houses and living in the fucking woods. Okay, he gets to keep one. He gets to keep one, and he gets his bread from a line. That's it. Cryptic, thank you. Horses produce methane from their ass, so only walk. Well, I was going to let them be at least Amish, but okay, fair enough. Yeah, go back to it. Go back to living like that.
Yeah, there's a reason we don't, is because we have developed technology to make life easier.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to live like that. If they want to make everyone live by those standards, then they have to do it too. They don't get exemptions. But again, they're hypocrites.
Michael says LEDs and flat screens actually save energy. They do. We have a lot of stuff that saves energy.
Yeah, they don't acknowledge that, though.
Your TV screen right now uses a shit ton less energy than the TV screens I grew up with, which were like 27 inches.
Yeah.
Those things pulled a lot of power.
Oh, yeah. Tube TVs using vacuum power. Those things drew way more power than anything you've got today. Yeah. Same with like your refrigerators, and all your electronics are way more energy saving.
And we keep improving these things. And you know what? We should definitely try to clean the planet as much as we can. Absolutely. But these people we need to have a standard in place in the next 10 years to get rid of all coal usage. What? We're not there yet. We're not even close to that yet. Do you know how much solar power it takes to power a city? You could cover all of Manhattan in solar panels, the entire top of it, so that you don't even get sun into the city itself, and it would not be enough to run that city. We do not have that technology yet. With wind power, we couldn't We could not power New York City with just a small wind farm. You need a farm like the size of Montana.
Yeah, but they don't choose to acknowledge the reality of that. They would be comfortable with people going without and with people having like rolling brownouts. And they would be perfectly fine with that as long as they're not the ones living like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Bernie Sanders, he's been taking a lot of private planes back and forth as he travels around to do, well, stuff he could do from video conferencing.
Yeah.
But hey.
But that's for the plebs. That's not for him. He's special.
Okie Native, thank you. Sustainable green energy, but no nuclear. Oh, no, bad. Indeed. If we seriously want to go green, nuclear would be the start.
Yeah.
And now I'm saying it like George Bush. Nuke would be the start.
We're all saying it like George Bush now. We've heard it so many times from
God. Him. I can't say it proper anymore. Nuclear.
I know. But see, that's the thing. The nuclear plants can be made safe because we've had a lot of technological leaps since 1970 when we had like 3 Mile Island and shit like that.
Yeah.
But they refuse to accept that either.
And you know what? Sometimes there may be an accident. Oops. And that, okay, there's a small little place we can't use for a couple thousand years. It'll be fine. And there's people, well, what about the waste? All right. We can deal with the waste a lot easier than we can deal with, say, if I'm to believe you, a complete planet-wide meltdown because of weather change. But no, can't do that. Nope. That would be, fucking people. Isn't wind powered pure methane? We're talking not that kind of wind, dangerous. Oh, that's just funny though. Like up in Martha's Vineyard, they're like, we should put up some windmills. I'm like, no, I'll have to look at that. My favorite is like when they put up windmills and it kills a whole bunch of birds.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Like the environment's safe, but we killed all the birds. Oh man.
It's when it kills the endangered, like spotted owls or whatever, that I'll laugh hysterically.
Oh, I feel bad for those birds because they're just minding their business and like, what the fuck did the people put up now?
Right?
Don't forget that huge hole in the ground from mining coal. Coal works right now. Yeah, and we should, coal is dirty. It is. And we should transfer to cleaner things as we can. But, we're doing better. Get on board with it, you dumb fucks. Like, no, we're going to give a whole bunch of money to Solyndra, a company that told us they were failing even if we gave them money.
Yeah.
You guys, how many of y'all remember that scandal from the Obama years? There were no scandals. Yeah, they gave a whole bunch of money to what were they? Specifically solar, I believe.
Yeah, well, there were a couple of them. There was Solyndra and Solar One, all these green energy things, and they all failed.
Well, Solyndra was the biggest one that I heard about, and that was mostly because the people in the company said, even with your money, we are going to fail. This business is going to fail.
Yeah.
And we gave them a shit ton of money anyway. Fast and Furious. Yeah, that's another great one. Hey, why don't we give the Mexican cartels some guns?
Yeah, the tax scandal, spying on a reporter to get his contacts, and accusing him as a unnamed co-conspirator.
Yeah. Thank you, Daryl, who says the leftists hate hydropower. Oh, yeah, they do. That diverts the fish's water. And they're right about that in part. But there's ways we could do it if we actually engineer it right. Nope. Drew, thank you. Drew says Solyndra donated to Obama.
Yeah, that's not suspicious. Look the other way. Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Corruption's okay when we do it.
The executives there got paid, and then the whole thing closed down, and the people who worked for him had no jobs.
But these are things we can't talk about when we're locked up in an indefinite detention, thanks to the DOJ's new request.
Yeah. That pissed me off when I saw that, Jack. For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, the Department of Justice asked for special powers, which would include the ability to lock people up indefinitely without trial while this is going on.
Yeah, fuck the Constitution.
Yep. We'll just lock you up. No hearings. That right to a speedy trial. Oh man, I just this world, man. This is why I told you guys to watch what your government is doing while this Corona thing is going on. That thing from the DOJ, I'm surprised that's the first one we've seen.
That's just the first one that got leaked.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're asking for all kinds of crazy new abilities, which they're probably getting. So that's some real fascism shit. But never let a good crisis go to waste.
Danger says swapping terrorists for U.S. citizens. Yeah, what was it? 1 for 4, 1 for 5 that we traded.
Yeah, one guy who's like mentally ill that wandered off.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking he could resolve everything.
Yeah. Look, I'm happy always to get Americans back, but this is a motherfucker who left his base. He went AWOL. He wasn't captured. And we traded. It was 4 or 5 terrorists. I forget how many it was exactly. And they're like, yeah, this makes sense. Sending money in the middle of the night to Iran on a big fucking pallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
No scandals, you guys. But they're not wrong, because to have a scandal, the press has to be involved.
Well, the press doesn't care.
Here's one for you. You want to talk about scandals they didn't cover? Do you know how many people died from H1N1? 12,000.
Wow.
12,000. 60,000 infected, or 60 million infected, 12,000 dead over the course of a year. You didn't see the press out there every day going, oh, 1,000 people died this month.
Well, our Lord and Savior Obama could do no wrong.
Yeah.
He was busy walking on water.
Cryptic, thank you. Not just terrorists, commanders. Oh, yeah. These were not low-level shitbags that we just happened to catch. Yeah, these were. But look, man, there were no scandals. So Biden will be a great president. I'm getting worried, Jack. I'm not kidding. I'm getting worried that Trump is going to lose this one.
He might. There's a real good chance now. They've ginned everyone up so much.
Mm-hmm.
They're sowing all this panic that there's a real good chance that Trump's going to lose now.
Bernie's going to be dropping out here. He's irrelevant at this point. It looks like it's going to be Biden. At this point, it doesn't look like they're pulling hard commie left. So, yeah, it could be Biden right now, guys. I'm not kidding. And I'm not trying to make you worry or anything, but they are. I saw a story the other day, Jack, that what to say, the 3 pillars of Trump's reelection have all disappeared, and they weren't wrong.
Yeah.
They were talking about the economy. The economy's fucked right now. I forget the other 2 because it was some shit. It's unimportant, but the economy is the big one. The economy. Now, we do have a reluctance to change leaders in the middle of a crisis, but I can see it right now. I really can.
Yeah, but I find that more frightening, because do you really want somebody that's in their dotage like Biden is, making decisions about health and safety? How horrifying is that?
Yeah, I think that might be Trump's saving grace.
I hope so, but I don't know, man. I'm putting a 50-50 on this.
I told you guys before that if I had to have one of the Democrats, I'd want Biden, but that was before we realized what the fuck is wrong with him. I really don't want to see the 25th Amendment enacted and see whatever vice president he picks become the leader, because he's lost his fucking mind and there's no way to deny it anymore. Like he comes out and decides he's going to nuke China because he forgot what he was even doing. He thought he was ordering some cheese pizza, and he's like, well, this button looks right. And I know that's not how it works. But
yeah, but I mean, do you seriously want this guy in charge of the biscuit? He'll lose that. That's the little envelope with the nuclear codes the president's supposed to carry. Do you really want this dude who doesn't seem to know where he is half the time in charge of nuclear codes? Because I don't. I think this is terrifying.
Midnight says the plan is for Biden to get elected and step down for Hillary or Kamala. I don't think Hillary's going to be his running mate. It could happen, but Kamala's a better bet, and I don't know if they'd go with Kamala because Joe has an advantage with the black community, and Kamala will destroy that.
Yeah, it'll probably be Klobuchar or Warren, but
yeah,
that's my opinion. He said it's going to be a woman, so
yep.
This is just a way to he'll get elected so he can say he's president, and then he'll step aside and let the first woman take over, which, wow, you had to get your job from a man. Good job. But Aricho makes a good point. This isn't just an American problem. The press is doing this to everyone.
Yep. Right now, our press is our biggest problem with the coronavirus. All these people freaking out, Jack. I talked about this earlier. The number of infections it's rising so rapidly. Like, no, it's not. The number of known infections is rising rapidly.
Yeah, because they're just now getting around to testing people.
Yeah, you dumb motherfuckers. It's like, goddamn.
They really dropped the ball on that testing. Somebody at the CDC needs seriously fired and thrown in jail.
Well, we talked the other day because, guys, for those of you who don't know, everybody running around saying that the WHO offered us tests and we turned them down, that's a lie.
Yeah, it's a total lie.
And that comes from the WHO themselves. But we did have a problem with testing because the first set of tests that they made, there was something seriously wrong with them. And so far, they haven't figured out what, which is, Jack, do you believe that?
No, not for a fucking second.
Yeah. They know what happened and they're covering for something. I don't know what.
Somebody cut some corners and screwed up, and they're trying to avoid talking about that until this is all over. Then it'll quietly leak out once nobody cares anymore.
Pinkala says your problem isn't going to be from the outside entity. It's going to be from these morons that one went to spring break and to think that social distancing himself in isolation is against liberty. It is against liberty. But sometimes it's okay. Them saying, hey, you need to stay in your house. Yeah, as an American, that is a hard thing to hear. When the whole cruise ship thing happened, there were several articles about how the Americans were taking it the worst because we're not used to being told you have to stay in there.
Yeah,
we're like, fuck you, I'm going to spring break.
The article, a bunch of young people are testing positive because of that.
Yep.
Idiots.
Good job, dummies. Well, I mean, chances are they're going to be fine.
Yeah, but it's the people around them that they're affecting. There's no sense of responsibility anymore, I tell you.
Well, Jack, maybe this is the hardship we've talked about that these dumbasses need.
Yeah, it'll just get a bunch of them killed, though, because they're not used to following directions. Our generation was bad enough about this, but there's been so much you're so special crap since then.
I saw an article the other day. This guy was bitching because he doesn't know how he's going to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, like, learn to fucking cook. Like, you don't know how spaghetti is made?
You get real good at cooking when you have to do it yourself.
Yeah, you screw it up a few times, and then you figure out some basics.
We live in a world where you can just go to YouTube and see how to do it. You don't even have to go look up a recipe. Somebody will walk you through the fucking steps. How am I going to eat? What did the guy say? I have no food in my refrigerator. Like, motherfucker, why do you have a refrigerator then?
That's for the beer.
Oh, learn to cook, you motherfucker. And the subject of them not being of kids today and maybe even part of our generation not knowing how to do things for themselves. This should be a wake-up call. Look, just because you don't have to do it doesn't mean you shouldn't know. Just in case. Just in case. I mean, we're talking about cooking here, Jack. The ability to feed yourself.
Well, everything is too convenient now. I mean, when that system breaks down, there's a lot of people that have just been brought up on this. They brought their kids up on it, and they don't know any different. It's not just them. It's multi-generational in a lot of cases.
Gorbag says, heat a can of soup, you soy boy fuck. I know, right?
That's for poor people.
Yeah, it's really easy.
Tech Train makes a great point. People are lazy.
You get a can of chicken noodle soup from Campbell's. You pour it into a pan. You're going to need a can opener.
What's a pan?
Sorry, you pour it into a pot. I better be very careful how I say this.
But how do I put my weed on it? I don't understand.
You do that later. That's garnish. Then you fill that can with water. You pour it in the pot as well, and you turn it on, and you stir it while it gets warm. And then when it's hot, you turn it off. You move it off the heat, and you put it into a bowl. There you go. I just told you how to save yourself, you stupid shit. Grown-ass man doesn't know how to cook at all.
Yeah. I mean, well, maybe it's because I was in like Boy Scouts and we had home economics when I was a kid. But this all was stuff that I learned how to do in like 7th and 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we knew how to like make our own dinner, but I was also a latchkey kid, so I was home alone a lot. But if you don't know how to put cereal in a bowl, I'm sorry, maybe Darwinism is here to claim you. It's your time.
I knew how to cook spaghetti by the time I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, spaghetti, pizza rolls, pretty much anything you could microwave even. And a lot of stuff you could like eat right out of the box, honestly. But it's shameful. Plus you have YouTube. Like Dangerous said a little bit ago, plus other people have said it. You can learn anything on YouTube or social media, even some of the shitty wiki hows.
Oh, God. Y'all are giving the wrong advice. The advice to give these people is buy chicken, open package, eat chicken. It doesn't require cooking anymore. Prospero, you're going to get us in trouble. If anybody's listening, do not do that. You need to make sure the chicken is cooked. It's going to get you really sick if you don't.
I don't know who this Mr. Manila guy is. I've never met anyone named Sal, so I don't know how he gave me this venereal disease.
Oh, man, this is fucking stupid.
It's horribly bad.
Well, real quick, Prospero asks, am I wrong? No, you're not, but I'm trying to save people. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Jack?
No, it's shameful that the country's come to this, that we have so many people that are this ignorant as to how, not only to make food, but how the world actually works and how other countries deal with problems. We have it very, very good here, even with some of the authoritarian shit from the Patriot Act and all these other things. We have a very good life here, and this disrupts that, and they don't know how to process it.
Caramon, thank you. In times of crisis, my lesbian dance theory skills really come to the forefront. They're completely useless, but whatever. My parents paid for it, right?
Well, you can organize a flash mob during a riot or something.
Yeah, you just have to make sure everybody's six feet from each other as they dance.
Yeah.
Prospero says they want me dead. I should give them some good advice on my way out. She's trying to take you with her, guys. It's a failure of parents that people don't know how to cook. Your parents should teach you that. And it is a failure of our school system because we should still have home ec. It's some very simple home ec. You should learn how to cook a little bit. You should learn how to sew.
Yeah, that skill has really come in handy over the years for me.
Oh, me too, man.
I learned that back in Boy Scouts when I was like 13 or 12.
It's not that hard. Even shitty sewing can come in handy.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you guys not sell baked beans or canned spaghetti? Open can, put in pot, and heat, my good people. You know, Dangerous, you're not wrong, but I think this guy probably could do that, but he's like, I don't know how to make the kind of stuff that Gordon Ramsay would make, because that's all I eat.
Yeah, that's just it. The food that he could cook is beneath him.
Yeah.
No, in a time of crisis, nothing is beneath you. You start eyeballing the local like stray cats and squirrels at that point. You know, bunny rabbits run across my yard all the time. I'll set a snare and eat one. I don't care.
Atheist says, my daughter's a fucking good cook. There are some things that are but she's 11. Good for you. Good for you. Make sure she can. Evolved Potato says, who doesn't know how to sew? You'd be surprised.
You would be real surprised.
A lot of these things that we grew up with, if you're in my age group or above, they don't do anymore.
Yeah. Well, it evolves young, but I'm telling you, man, most people probably 30 and under in our country would have a difficult time sewing. It's usually poor people that know how to do that, or people that were taught to do it when they were kids.
Stop it. Don't try to save people. That's how we got into this bullshit predicament in the first place.
Right? I do blame a lot of this on those labels that tell people not to do dumb shit, like don't use your grill in a tent.
Yeah.
Don't use charcoal indoors.
I saw something once, Jack, that just scared the fuck out of me. It's this giant tent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's got 4 places to back cars up.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to put carbon monoxide in my tent. The fumes heat me up. You're fucking in here.
I get the idea. Okay, it makes it easy to unload, but for fuck's sake, just take it in the front door. Some dumb motherfucker's going to kill themselves.
Oh, excuse me. That's called a front hole.
It's cold. Could we turn on the car for a little bit? Just turn the heater on. We'll be fine.
Jeez, fucking people, man. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we learned in Boy Scouts was just straightforward, simple stuff. How to build a tent, how to stay alive in the winter. All very useful skills that have come in handy in weird situations in my life. But the fact that every now and then I run into someone that doesn't know that you shouldn't start your car in your garage before the garage doors open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, okay, I'm gonna filter you out of society somehow. Great.
Truck and Bear, thank you. Says my 7-year-old son can cook the hell out of scrambled eggs. Yeah, scrambled eggs might be the first thing I learned to cook too.
Yeah, I think that's one that a lot of people learned, was how to at least cook an egg. I mean, that's pretty simple, but that's a good one. At 7 years old, that's pretty impressive.
That's awesome. Josephine says, I had a coworker who didn't know how to use a mop and bucket. I wish I could say I was shocked.
Yeah, I wish I could too. When I was working in retail, we had more than once, specifically when I was working in a bookstore, we had a lot of people that would come in with applications, and they wanted $10 an hour, which was the same pay as a key holder. And they wanted $10 an hour to be a manager minimum, and they weren't taking any starting position. And their work history was non-existent. Like, no work history. They'd never had a job. These were college-age kids, and they wanted to be in charge immediately. And they would even tell you that if you actually interviewed them, they'd be like, I'm not settling for anything less than a management position.
Yep.
Have fun. Bye.
Yeah, there was a real problem with that with kids coming out of college. And no, you still have to start at the bottom, jackass. Where was that one I was going to read? Fuck, I can't find it now. Oh, sewing and cooking. What do you guys think I am? A woman? Remember, the best cooks on the planet are men. And there's a whole lot of the best fashion designers out there who are men. We rock at sewing and cooking. Just throwing that out there. Drew W., thank you. Boy Scouts teach critical thinking skills. Left killed them. Thank you for the donation. I'm sorry it took me a second because there is a character limit, so I had to figure out what it said. But you're right. The Boy Scouts used to teach critical survival skills.
Yeah, it's just the scouts now because they got girls in there. That's why they
Mm.
filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah, I say not for much longer because, yeah, they're about to go bye-bye. There's a name for a man who sews, Taylor. Yeah, I mean, you think of think of fashion designers, and the majority of the ones you'll probably think of are men. Andrew says gay men in the fashion industry. True, but they're men. We are the best at everything. The only thing we're not good at is having babies. And even then, if you think about it, women, when they have a baby, they push out one baby. Our part of it, we throw millions in there. So even there, we're doing more. They got one egg, one baby. Do women have any idea how much it hurts to push a million babies out of your penis at one time?
To be fair, most of the time we're doing that work in the situation anyway.
Yes, but
oh my god,
that face we make,
lifting.
That face we make, that is not a face of pleasure. That is like, oh God, we're doing that for you. We're doing that for you. Guys, don't forget, we are brought to you by you. Please hit that like button. Please share. And please toss some shekels at my man Jack here. Nuts was kind enough to just throw the link in there. Thank you, Nuts. We love you, sweetheart.
Yeah, thank you, Nuts.
Yeah. When it comes to making babies, I have poured millions out of my body. My wife has pushed out 3 kids. Which one of us did more work there? I'm just saying. Atheist Icon, thank you so much. My daughter can make Tuscan chicken and make her own noodles. Not with limits on certain ingredients now, but whatever. Oh, not now with limits on ingredients. Yeah, I mean,
that sounds delicious.
Awesome for you for teaching your daughter how to cook or encouraging it, whichever part you played in that. Guys, teach your kids to cook. Kyler says, Psst, Monkey, I don't think the ladies are buying it. I'm just saying it's true. It's not my fault that women don't understand. They don't have a penis, so they can't feel that pain we go through to make babies and make them happy.
It's true. And how many of them just lay there like a sack of wheat?
I know. They don't understand what we're going through.
Yeah.
So you should suck it once in a while as compensation. Jack and Monkey, human beings are not that efficient. How efficient? I can make a killer boiled egg. No one heats up water like I do. You know what? I know people who can't make a boiled egg. Heat the water, put the egg in for 12 minutes, you're done. And they boil the water, I should say. Don't just turn it on a little bit. And they can't do that. Lamented Guy, thank you. What hurts more, childbirth or kidney stones? I've never done either, and I hope I never do.
I've had kidney stones, and I'm voting for kidney stones. Friend of mine has had kids, and she said kidney stones were worse. Because that tube does not stretch, and you're peeing it out.
Yeah. Women's bodies are actually made. That's why, the cervix opens during childbirth.
Yeah, the dilation process. I mean, everything's designed to work that way, whereas kidney stones, not so much.
Yeah. Women in comas can give birth, just saying. Yeah, we've seen that, haven't we?
Sadly.
That means you know people that should be Darwined. They probably will be with this going on. All they had there was these potatoes. I don't know what to do with it. 12 minutes, dude. I put an egg on for 7 minutes and it's hard boiled. Really? Yeah, I do them for 12 minutes. That's the standard as far as I know.
That's probably how high the heat is, that sort of thing.
I bring mine to a rolling boil, put the egg in for 12 minutes and done.
Real quick on the Streamlabs. Thank you, Okie Native. Heineken virus making home economics great again.
Oh.
Thank you.
I'm a great cook. My sister starts a kitchen fire at least once a year. She is a 50-year-old mom. Oof. Too much grease.
Yeah, keep an eye on her.
You can eat uncooked potatoes, just saying. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Look, we're talking about a group of people who I don't know how to make it. How am I going to eat? How am I going to eat? You know
There's
how
a
many
lot of
things,
vegetables you can eat raw.
do you know how many things you can go to the grocery store, even your wiped out grocery store right now, and find on the shelf that you could make by just putting it in a fucking pot and boiling it?
Oh yeah, tons of stuff. And I mean, look at all the soups like those Campbell's Hearty meals that come in a can that you could eat cold if you had to.
Yep.
They're not as good in my opinion, but you could.
Hobos do it all the time with beans.
Yeah, homeless people eat lots of gross shit, and a lot of them live 30 years.
Lamented Guide, thank you. Don't forget to learn how to grow your own food too.
Yeah,
Yeah, ideally, but let's teach them how to make food, because there was somebody the other day,
baby steps.
and I don't know if they were joking, but Satsu pointed it out on Twitter. Somebody's like, I don't know why we need corn farms. You can get corn from the grocery store.
Yes, I've actually met somebody that said this. They said, "Fuck farmers. If I want my food, I'll go get it at the grocery store."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, you're dumb. I can officially see that now."
Yeah. And if you say that as a joke, okay, I'm laughing with you. If you say that seriously, honestly, I'm waiting for you to end up on the news.
Right? That's somebody that ends in a tragic manhole cover accident somehow. You know, some goofy, weird thing.
Yeah. Dumbass blows off his own head because he thought the barrel of his gun was clogged.
Yeah.
These people. So yeah, I see what you're getting at, Lamented Guide. We should teach people to grow their own food, which, by the way, it's not quite as easy as Bloomberg said, but it's really, at least to grow a little bit for yourself, is not that hard. You could do it. You could learn it real fast.
During the World War II, they used to do the victory gardens, and people in cities would have little planters on their window.
Yeah.
So you could grow like a little bit. Yeah, herbs, spices, tomatoes, something like that. It wasn't much, but it was better than nothing, and it saved you a little bit of money. That's all lost. And with the older people dying from this disease, it's going to get a lot worse because we're losing those skills.
Alyssa said there's women crying over diaper shortages. When you suggest cloth diapers, they complain they're expensive and they don't have washing machines. You can sew diapers and hand wash. Yeah. What do y'all think we did before there were fucking diapers?
Yeah.
I grew up, I was a cloth diaper baby. All three of me and my siblings were. It's weird though, Jack, because cloth diapers are like high tech now. They really are. My daughter's using them with Peanut. And when I was a kid, what you just had, well, it was a cloth that you put around your butt and you used the diaper pins.
Yeah, that's what we had. Yeah.
And then they would put this little plastic underwear over it.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no leak.
And that was the 70s, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at 75, I was born.
Ryan said poop in the corner.
And these ones today, they're like high tech, man. They're, yeah, and they're expensive. They really are. But you can still do it the old fashioned way, cheap. But nobody wants to do that because also, like, mom would take it to the toilet and just dunk it in there to clean it out, flush it, and then throw it in the washing machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these are much more complicated. They actually have bidets for these things.
Well, what?
Yeah, it's a little spray hose you hook down to the water, the intake for your toilet, so you can actually spray the diaper out in the toilet. Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, cloth diapers have come a long way.
Apparently.
Your parents didn't rub your nose in it and swat you with a newspaper. No, they were pretty nice. Circuit Zero says all three of you, me, myself, and I, are those the three? No, me and my brothers. I have one brother who was 2 years older than me, and one brother who's a year old or younger than me. Well, I had a brother who was 2 years older than me. He's been gone for a while. They also used to boil the cloth diapers. Yeah, I mean, they cleaned them, but no, we don't do that anymore because now we just throw them in landfills and then bitch that the planet's going to hell.
Yeah.
Can you imagine these people making a garden to actually live off of?
It's too much work. I don't think a lot of them would do it.
Well, especially because it grows and you eat it. But if you did it right, you grow enough that you have to find a way to save it. And canning this shit, I just think would fucking fuck them all up.
Yeah, there are a few people I've seen that have taken this up as like some sort of hobby.
Uh-huh.
And that's really cool. That's a great skill. But if you're not into like homesteading or something like that, chances are you don't know how to do that. I mean, my grandmother used to do a lot of preserves and canning.
Oh, yeah.
That's a skill that is pretty far gone.
My mom used to do it. When we lived in Chicago, there was this huge field out behind our house, and the whole neighborhood came together and like, we're going to make a big garden out there. Dad had got a rototiller, and this was a huge, like bigger than a football field garden. And everybody went out there and planted it. And then when it came time to reap what we sowed, everybody got their little share of it. And yeah, Mom canned tomato sauces and jellies. Oh man, great stuff. But yeah, that was hard work.
Oh yeah, it's a pain in the ass, and it takes a lot of upkeep, which means maintenance, which means time. And when you're used to being able to play video games or go get drunk all the time, it eliminates a lot of that free time.
Yeah. So anyhow,
Danger said, learn gardening from AOC. She was amazed by cauliflower. How could that go wrong? Yeah, that's a good point, because you also have to learn what will grow in your area, because certain foods won't.
Yeah. Oh, that's why corn was such a big game changer when the Indians taught us how to deal with that, because corn you can grow almost anywhere.
Yeah, same with potatoes. That's from South America. So,
dude, my garden is set up with automatic irrigation. I'm good. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I would love to have a garden. One of the problems is I'd have to get rid of a ton of trees out here. It is really dark in my yard all year long. There's very few spots that when they built this place, I don't know what they were thinking, but like the only place where they have sun that comes down pretty much all day long is the fucking driveway. Like, okay, I guess you guys didn't like plants. Yeah, I even have trouble growing grass. I have to buy special grass seed.
Wow.
Lamented Guy, thank you. I've got pears, hazelnuts, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, goji berries, I think is how you say that, gooseberries, pawpaw, and fig trees in pots on my patio. I'm an addict. Cool.
Well, that's some cool stuff there.
Yeah. You're not Styx Hexenhammer, are you? Yeah, I like gardening actually. When we first moved up here, the house we moved into, we planted, because I love tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
We planted tomatoes and a little other, I forget what else we planted in there, right next to the house, right by the porch. And me and my daughter would eat them right off the vine. Oh, it was great. Oh, buffalo grows in shade. Ask Chank. Oh God. Nicholas says Styx inspired me. That's cool. I give him shit about it because he talks about his garden a little too much, but yeah, it's cool if he inspired you with that. That's awesome. I live in a desert, monkey. I can grow some grass, cactus, and cacti reliably. Fair enough. Don't eat plants. Eat the things that eat plants. No, eat both. Eat both. I've had salad the last 2 days. I love salad. Salad is good, especially with ranch dressing. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, we start our shutdown tomorrow, so quarantine begins here. So that'll be
fun. I heard that was coming to you guys. I'm surprised you guys are so far behind. We've been on it for like almost a week now.
Yeah, the governor is he makes interesting decisions. So
Alyssa says, I'm irritated by people who don't know how to be self-sufficient or care for children. I may not like babies, but I can care for one. Quote, how am I supposed to diaper my child? Stop panic buying. Yeah. this is why we've talked about this, guys. It's not just that we're making fun. We're not just the old man yelling at the clouds when we talk about like people these days don't know how to build anything. People these days don't know how to use a fucking hammer. And not just that, we read stories of like, yo, men don't need to know how to use that anymore. Yeah, you really fucking do. Just because you don't need it doesn't mean you won't need it. That is an important lesson. And when things like this happen and everything has to shut down and you have to rely on yourself and you don't know how to do that, oops. Go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. Okie Native, thank you for the donation. This is a point that ties in. I have what I would consider a small garden, 25 by 50. And the neighbors are already asking if I'm going to share with the neighborhood if things get bad. That's another thing that really pisses me off is people expect you to give them your stuff.
Yep.
Communism one way. I'll just get it from the neighbor who will give it to me. No, fuck you. Do your own gardening. That's what I would say. Thank you, Okie.
Yeah, I would tell them, yeah, everybody who helped me with this, I will share. We've gotten to the point where we are so lazy. There's a difference between being like, I don't have my own garden. I buy everything at this store, but I know how to garden. And I don't have a garden. I buy everything at the store, and I wouldn't know how to grow anything with somebody there telling me how to do it.
Yeah, it's lazy and entitled. The entitlement has gotten so rampant in our society. I would put up a fence of some kind around that garden.
Yeah, with a trained guard dog. I'm really hoping it doesn't get that bad, Jack, because all of this is 2 weeks, and hopefully most people at least bought some cans of soup and know how to fucking boil it and get it ready to eat.
Yeah, but people are freaking out already, so it's not going to take long for some sort of societal collapse. People aren't going to listen to these quarantines after about 2 weeks. That's about their limit, I think.
Well, and I think that's why most of them are only 2 weeks. Because ideally, if you're trying to kill this virus, 3 to 4 weeks would be what we would do. 3 at minimum.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not going to do that. I don't think people would stay in their houses, and I don't think people can sustain themselves, even if they were one of the first people there and bought everything in the fucking store. Set up bear traps around the garden. Yeah, it might not be a bad idea. Speaking of bear traps, actually, I'm at 3 hours, Jack, and I think I'm going to wrap this one up today.
Cool.
So I can go do a game stream because I haven't done one of those in a couple of days, even though I wanted to. So I'm going to do a morning game stream, guys, in just a little bit. But seriously, thank you guys for coming and hanging out. You guys are awesome. 223 people watching right now, Jack.
Nice.
Best audience in the world. I will bite anyone who says different. Drew, thank you so much. Book that stuck with me the most as a kid, Little Red Hen Who Shared with Those Who Helped Plant the Wheat. Yeah. If you helped, I'll share with you, of course. You ain't do shit. If you sat in your house playing video games while I was out here sweating, toiling the land, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like right. Midnight said, anybody asking about that and you tell them no, they're the ones that are going to steal from you.
Yep. It's like, wow, why isn't this bearing any fruit?
Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you so very much for the donations today. You guys are so very generous, and I appreciate it. Jack, anything you'd like to shill today?
Nah, I'll have some videos coming out later today, but thank you for the donations, you guys. It's really
all right. It is Monday, right? Yeah, so we're going to be over on Satsu 2 Cents channel for Lords of the Night at 9, and then we'll be on 2 Cents Plus for 7 Days to Die, me, Sinatra, and Satsu. I'm gonna start smacking those two. They keep coming to this tired and yawning and getting me tired. How dare you? No, I love the guys, but come hang out. It's always a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching. Jack, thank you, my friend, for joining me. Everybody, have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Imagine all the hippies.